And welcome everybody to week 3 of the Beer League here. We have a great slew of games today, starting with the Owlins vs. Divine. It is going to be a crazy divisional night here this Tuesday evening, as we have every game going to be part of one's division. Some will be playing 2 games tonight. That'll be the Mud Hens playing a doubleheader. We start this game off with the Owlins, which will be Hesto Herschel, the left fielder, who looks at strike number 1. So Divine comes in 0-3. They're looking to turn things around with their pitcher Faulty Tobias. Hopefully he can get something started with them. Maybe a 1-2-3 inning to start the game would be nice. As Killington steps up, and everybody is an Az fan. Correct me if I'm wrong. As he takes ball 3, so full count here to start the second batter. And he looks at strike 3 as well on the inside part of the plate. And up next is Constance Jericho. Again, he used to be part of Divine for the first game of the year, and then they cut him. And now he's with the Owlins, who did make his revenge the first game with a home run. And here he adds to it with another hit against his former team. That'll be a single with 2 outs, which will bring up Tippy Jacobs, the center fielder today, batting a measly 83. As Jericho takes off, he's going to go ahead and steal second with ease as the ball goes all the way to center field. That'll be a throwing error, but since he didn't advance, it'll be no error on the play as this ball is hit right off the line. Oh my! If there was a pole, it would work, but it's off the wall instead, and that'll be a 2-out double for Jacobs to get the Owlins up 1-0 here in the first. Greenman, the third baseman, is up now, as this is not the start Divine wants. Takes a foul ball. So deuces are wild, 2-2 with 2 outs, and that's a foul ball. And the pitch, another foul ball. Trying to stay alive here as he takes ball 3, so we now have a full count with 2 outs here. And Greenman hits another foul ball. Pitch number 7. And he walks. What a great at-bat there by Greenman. So with 2 outs, runners on the corners. Get another base hit by the Owlins. And they're going to send the runner home. The throw to the plate, not in time. That's going to be another single with an RBI. 2-0 Owlins here. So the right fielder, batting 7th, is Madden Chung. Hitting a nice .417 on the season, as he's going to go ahead and hit this to Achilles over at third, who's going to make the final out of the inning, but that is not the way to start the inning, or the game for Divine. It's going to be 2-0 Owlins, just in the first inning. Stevie Watts here, the center fielder, is going to start things off for Divine. She's been a hot commodity up at the top of the lineup, getting on quite a bit, but not this go around. She's going to go ahead and ground out to the pitcher there. To bring up Dewey Browning, the shortstop for Divine today. He's also hitting above 400 at .462 with a homer and 4 RBIs in this early season. As he looks at one down the middle, should have taken that out of the park here, but instead he's going to take another strike. He's going to line this one over to Jericho at second, and that'll be out number 2. So Hemming Fields, the catcher, who is batting a crazy, absurd, astronomical, phenomenal, whatever you want to call it, .727 on the season. Yes, it is only a few games in, but I mean, it doesn't matter what you are. 700 is 700, whether it be a couple games of the entire season. As he's going to go ahead and get a 4-pitch walk there from Tristan Narwhal, the starting pitcher for the Owlins. And that'll bring up the third baseman, Jackson Achilles, who isn't doing so hot so far, just under the Mendoza line at 154. He's got all the power here, and he's going to hit this one to second base. Jericho's going to field it on a hop, and that'll be out number 3. So the first inning's over with here. 2-0 Owlins, as Divine's going to be looking to stop them, as the Owlins have been on a tear of late. They have been scoring run after run after run. I believe it is now 28 runs in 3 games, if I'm not mistaken, which is a crazy amount. 2-2 count to Piazza Cochran, who's going to hit a line shot to center field over the diving second baseman. So that'll be a leadoff single for the newly acquired catcher there. Which brings up the shortstop, Brennan Vaughn, who has 2 homers on the season. Watch out. But they were both in the first game. And since then, he really hasn't done much. So he's got a full count. Run on first, see if they want to take off. He does not, but he's going to hit this one to right field. Easy play out there for Fields. And that'll be out number 1. And that'll bring up the leadoff hitter, Herschel. 0 for 1 so far. And he grounds this over to Athena, who's going to throw it to second and back to first. Ooh, close play, but safe at first. So they do get the lead runner. And that'll bring up Az Killington here with 2 outs. Ball in the dirt. And that one's going to get away from the catcher Armory, as that'll get the runner over to second. So runner scoring position with 2 outs. See if they can do anything. And they cannot, as Killington grounds over to Achilles for the final out of the inning. Charlotte Tamber, the starting left fielder today. She has started every game in left field since the acquisition in the second game that Divine picked her up. She's going to ground this one slowly to Vaughn out there at short, and it's an easy play. Out number 1. The first baseman, Diana Athena, up to bat now. The Divine coach has been putting her down further and further in the lineup each week, as she has not been getting things going, but she does send this one high and deep to right, but not enough, as that's going to stay on the track there for Chung. Out number 2. And that'll bring up his royalty, majesty, the one and only King Plunder, the DH for today, as he's going to send this one high, deep, doesn't have the distance, off the top of the wall. Oh my. He didn't heat his Wheaties today, so that will be a 2-out double instead of a solo shot, as Divine really wanted that one. All I needed was a couple more inches, and yes, that is what she said. So that'll bring up Valerie Grace, the second baseman, who will go ahead and hit it to second base on a candy hop there to Jericho, who's been pretty busy out there the first 2 innings. So that'll do it for Divine in the second inning. They do get a hit, but nothing moving for him. Speaking of Jericho, here he is. Playing second base today. Normally playing the outfield, but today they made a change. He's going to play second, as he grounds this one over to Achilles for the first out. Tippy Jacobs had the lead, not a leadoff, a 2-out double to get things going for the Owlins earlier. As she's going to hit this one in the left center gap all the way to the wall. As she's going to have herself, no, she doesn't want to try it. So she's going to stay on first. Maybe she's looking to possibly hit for the cycle later, as she's going to stop there when she could have easily had second base. Regardless, she's going to stay on first, as they get a pickoff play by Tobias. She's got great speed over there at first, and as I say that, there she goes. The runner is safe at second, so she does steal. So it's almost as if she already did hit a double. And watch out there. Greenman had a great at-bat the first time and then a walk. As he's looking down the barrel of a 2-2 count. And that'll be ball 3, so yeah, another full count. He's seen a lot of pitches already. Achilles with the diving stop. And that'll be out number 2. Great play over there by third. So Silliness, the first baseman, who did have an RBI single in the very first inning. And that ball's going to get away from the catcher Armory again, and that'll be a third run for the Owlins. So a couple mishaps fielding-wise for Divine, and unfortunately that's going to put them in the hole once again as this ball's grounded over to Achilles, who also has been busy. So they do only have one player, it seems like, on Divine and one player on the Owlins who are fielding up everything. And speaking of the catcher, it's Amari? Either way, he's got 2 pass balls already, which cost them a run, but here he's looking to help his team by getting a leadoff single. So these 2 teams did play last night, well, last stream, which technically would be last night for them, and Owlins won 10-7 in the revenge of Jericho. They couldn't break his walls, so he did have a home run and 2 hits total with the 2 RBIs and a run. As we get Watts up to bat, and she's going to go down swinging for the first out. Now up Browning, the shortstop, who's going to line this one. Watch out over there at the dugout. And again, 1-2 count. Take that ball high. And he's going to hit this one in the 5-6 hole. That's going to be another base hit. So a hit, a strikeout, and then another hit. And it looks like Divine might have something going here as the catcher Fields is up to bat. Again, with that 700 average, he looks to be locked in today. And a base hit might get a run on the board. Depends on how far, as they don't have very good speed there. But instead, Fields is going to go down swinging at a ball up at his eyes for out number 2. And which brings up the big man, Jackson Achilles, who's looking to tie this game up with 1 swing of the bat. And Narwhal is not wanting that. Narwhal is trying to get him to swing outside the zone. But unfortunately, he's leaving the ball up, which is not what you want against a man like this. And now it's a full count, so the runners will be going with 2 outs here. And Achilles sends this one deep to center. Does it have a distance? Yes, it does. And with 1 swing of the bat, Achilles ties the game 3-3. And that ball, I mean, was absolutely smoked. We don't have a velo, exit velo here, but I'm going to say that ball was hit at least 102 miles an hour. That's just from me looking at that. And watch out, as Narwhal says, Timber, I'm going to throw at you because I am mad that I let that ball go. So now we have a brand new ball game here in the 3rd. As Timber hits this one deep, it's got the distance, but just foul down the right field line. As she sends this one up the middle now past the diving shortstop. So back-to-back hits for Divine. One with being the home run and now the single. Narwhal's really in a jam here. Feeling it for sure. So Athena's up. Trying to get something started for her season. As this is a nice way to start it if it stays fair, which it does not. But oh my, what a shot. And then a dribbler to Narwhal. So opposite ends of the spectrum there. One really hard far hit ball and then one little dribbler. But that's all right. It is 3-3. Divine finally came back and it looks like their bats are starting to answer. But it's up to Faulty Tobias, the pitcher today, to try to calm down the Owlins bats as they have been pretty hot. But unfortunately, with his 65th pitch there, he's already up there in the pitches. So they're going to want to keep an eye on him. But he does get a strikeout there for out number 1. So Piazza Cochran is a brand new catcher here from the free agent market. The Owlins signed him earlier, and they dropped their backup catcher I can't remember his name, but clearly it doesn't mean anything. They also added another catcher, Wally Kaboots, so they now have 3 catchers on the roster as he strikes out there. That brings up the hero of Game 1, Brennan Vaughn. As he flies to the center, and Watts is camped under for out number 3. So again, King Plunder here, who just missed that home run earlier in the second inning by mere inches. So hopefully he went into the dugout and ate his Wheaties, but it looks like he got it off the hands there. So even off the hands, he still hit a decent amount. Just goes to show you the power that King has. As Grace hits this one to right center, it's going to get past the center fielder. She's going to be in there easily with a double. So it looks like Divine does have another chance to score a run with a runner in scoring position and the backup catcher, Amari. If you can let me know how to pronounce his name, I will gladly do it. But instead, he's going to hit a liner to second. Jericho's going to throw it over as Grace was not paying attention there and gets doubled off a second. So they did have something, and they take it away. So now it's Owlins' turn to see what they can do. And this one's a liner to Achilles for out number 1. So the DH as Killington looks at strike 2 here, so 0-2 count. And 2 straight balls. 2 close takes. I don't know. He has a great eye or something, but then he looks at one down the middle. So I take that bat about the great eye. And here comes Mr. Jericho. Down 1-2 in the count. He's going to foul this one off. Achilles, no need for the dive, but he's showing off his leather anyway. And Deuces wild again, 2-2 and 2 outs. And Jericho's going to hit this one deep to left field. This is a short porch out there, so maybe it does have the distance, and it does! Oh my, Divine has made the mistake again to Jericho. 369 feet, giggity. And he's going to go ahead and hit his second home run in as many games against his former team, and the revenge of Jericho continues. My, oh my. Boy, I would be kicking myself if I was Divine for letting him go, as he's having a phenomenal season so far. As Athena's going to go ahead and ground this one over. Or not Athena, sorry, Jacobs. But not before Owlins do get another run on the solo shot there by Mr. Constance Jericho, who is continuing his revenge tour against a division opponent. So, Stevie Watts, the leadoff hitter for Divine, is up now. As she hits 2 fouls in a row. Narwhal starting to get up there in pitches. This will be number 74. And 75 will be the payoff pitch here to Watts. As this one's lined to right field, but right at Chung. Didn't have to move much. A couple steps back and it was right to him. And that, boys and girls, is what we call an atom ball. Because it was right at him. And that's a ground out to short. Out after. To bring up Fields. He's playing right field as normally the catcher today, so not getting the day off, but is not doing his normal duties as he hits this one high, deep. Forget about this one. Upper deck. My, oh my. Hemming fields 475 feet, his second home run and second RBI of the season, 2 solo shots. But boy, those shots are bombs. As that'll do it here for Narwhal. As Jocelyn Brownpole is going to come in here. 13.50 ERA with a 150 whip. And a strikeout so far this early season. And Achilles is just going to fly this one out there to Chung, and that'll be out number 3. Easy can of corn out there. So, it is a battle between the Owlins and Divine today. Neither team giving up any room. That'll be it for Tobias as well, as the rookie Kale Tervana comes in, who's had 2 bad outings in a row, which leaving his ERA at 9. So, I think the Divine manager is trying to build some confidence for the 19-year-old. And unfortunately, the first batter he faces this game is going to be a walk. That'll bring up Salinas, the first baseman. RBI single earlier in the game. Long pause, runner at first staring. As Salinas hits this one off of Athena's glove, this ball is going to get to the outfield and safe for everybody. So that'll go in as a infield single in a way. Infield outfield single, you could say. As Tervana is now tense, he is losing his mind out there. And Chung, the right fielder, is up to bat. No outs with runners on first and second. So he's looking for his pitch, and what you want to do here in his position is hit it on the right side, on the ground preferably. And that'll be a liner to center, so it doesn't advance any runners. But that's all right because it's still 1 out. So again, the new acquisition, Piazza Cochran. It's up to bat. 0-2 already. And then yet another pass ball. Wow. His third one in 6 innings for the backup catcher. Looks like they might need to get somebody else or put Fields back there, but Tervana strikes him out anyway. So that'll be out number 2, so he is trying to get out of this here. Now we have the dangerous power-hitting Vaughn up to bat. And a 4th one. The runners are coming home. The throw is safe. Oh, my. I think you need to get a new catcher here because that is just absurd. As this one is off of Athena's glove as well. So Brennan does get an RBI single there. And this is just error after error. I don't know what the manager is going to do about this because he has a good team. He really does. But for some reason, they are just... Wow. It is not looking good defensively or for the bullpen. The starters have done pretty well for them, but the bullpen is just crashing and burning in the late innings. And yet another pass ball. Luckily, didn't go too far, and it was for a drop third strike, and he was able to throw it out. But that is 5, count them, 5 dropped pitches today. And it's only the 6th inning. It's almost as if they have a minor leaguer back there. You might need to draft a catcher in this draft this year, as this ball's grounded over to Jericho. So Owlins did score 2 on the mishaps by Divine that last inning. And yes, we do have to see the error count on this one because I'm counting 4. Well, technically pass balls don't count as errors in a way. They count as pass balls instead, but I'm not sure how the game works in this case, so we'll see how it does. So that'll bring up the royalty, His Majesty, King. 3-1 count, looking for a pitch, and he takes that pitch that he definitely could have destroyed, and instead he's going to take 2 straight pitches, and look at that one. And unfortunately, there you go, the stat line. There are no errors for Divine, but 5 pass balls is definitely 5 errors in my book. So they're finally going to take out Tervana and bring in Burpee von Krumm, the German foreign exchange student. And his First at bat versus Killington is going to be a ground ball over to first through the hole for a base hit, which will bring up Mr. Jericho, who's already 2 for 3 with a home run, as he's continuing his revenge tours. Killington steals second and is gunned down by the backup catcher Amari, one of the three. At this point, I'm just going to call him backup because it's exactly what he is. He's not showing anything worth starting, as it's a strikeout for Von Crum, so 2 outs after the walk there. As Jacobs hits a liner to right past a diving first baseman, Athena. And that'll be a 2-out single for the Owls. Greenman up to bat, and she's going to take off. Jacobs down to second is safe. So another stolen base there for the Owlins, and that'll put a runner in scoring position. So Greenman, who's had 2 very good at-bats earlier, who's seen probably a total of 20 pitches by now, is going to try to get an insurance run here in the 7th, and instead he's going to walk. Good eye. So again, just another good amount of pitches he's seen. Very good eye today. So runners first and second, 2 outs, and up to bat is the first baseman Aubrey Salinas. And a pickoff play over by Jacobs. She's safe. Von Crum doing everything he can to get the hold here. Ball in the dirt. That was a good block. Ball 2, good eye. 2-2 count, 2 outs, ball 3. So runners will be going on this. And ball's in the dirt, so that'll be back-to-back walks for Von Crum. And that'll do it for him, as the pitcher is going to be Ron McKay. So already 4 pitchers in this game, as the first pitch by him is going to be a grounder to Athena, who then throws it back to McKay, and McKay drops it. So you gotta think this is just error after error today, as this one's hit up the middle. Watts is gonna throw it home, but not in time, as the catcher drops this one regardless. And this is just, yeah. Now that one is a big E. That's the biggest E of them all. That's gonna pretty much be the nail in the coffin here for Divine, unless they do something next inning and put up 3-4 runs. I think they're going to start the season 0-4, unfortunately. Unfortunately. Get it? Anyway, so Brendan Vaughn's up to bat, who did have a single earlier. And Grace with a diving play there. And that will end the inning, as that definitely saved another run. So Divine does get out of it, unfortunately, after 3 runs. Have scored, but Divine needs to do something here. They need to at least claw back with 2 runs to make something. And Grace is just going to pop this up to first base, and a near collision there, as she, I guess, ghosted Salinas and went right through. I'm not sure exactly what happened there, but backup catcher, who doesn't, his name doesn't deserve, well, I guess it does now. Amari Warwick gets another hit, so he's 2 for 3 today. Not very good defensively, but hitting wise, he's got a bat. He's got a bat. That'll bring up Watts, the center fielder. She's going to hit this over to Jericho. Jericho's going to underhanded Vaughn nonchalantly. He's going to throw it over to first for the easy 5-6-3. Nope, 4-6-3. Oh boy, that's going to be one of them nights. So McKay's still in the game. And yes, only 1 error, because pass balls don't count as errors. They count as pass balls, even though technically they should count as an error in my eyes, because you know, a runner is advancing on the pass ball. So it technically goes as an error to the catcher, but in a different category. It just doesn't count as an error towards the team. So the only error will be the throw over to McKay on his first at batter, which again was a big one because that was going to get him out of the inning. Instead, 2 more runs scored, as this will be a strikeout, which brings up none other than Mr. Jericho himself. And that'll do it for McKay, as they don't want to do a lefty-on-lefty matchup for some reason. They want to bring in the righty, Zion Alexander, the closing pitcher. And I'm not sure why they made this move, because you would think that a lefty-on-lefty is definitely harder, but Jericho doesn't matter who you're facing, Jericho's going to hit it. And that's a full count now, as Jericho hits this one, like I said, over to the wall. Jericho's just having himself a series now, and he gets another double. So that's a single, double, and a home run. All he needs left is a triple if they can bat around here, and he's got himself the cycle, the first one in the league. And that would be nice to see here as we start the first game. Athena with another diving play over to Alexander, and this pitcher's able to catch it on the run, so he did attend PFP, and for those who don't know what that is pitcher fielding practice, or basically it is literally just the pitcher running over to first and catching the ball. They do that non-stop on their days off. Ask anybody in the major leagues, they still do it all the way up into that level. I'm going to bring up Browning over to Vaughn to Salinas, out number 1, so, excuse me. As long as Divine needs something here. If Divine doesn't get a run or even a hit in this inning, Mander's got to be thinking, you just got to cut everybody, it seems like. Make some statements. Fields here. Liner over to the dugout. And there we go. That's going to be a walk for them. So they do get somebody on base. And here comes the big man, Jackson Achilles, who does have a 3-run home run on the day. And this one's going to be a line shot to center, but Jacobs ranges over to her right. Only a few steps. That'll be out number 2. So Divine, if we really want to break down this game, Divine doesn't have a bad hitting squad, right? They do hit the ball. They hit it far. They hit it hard. But every time they go to their bullpen, it fails them. And that's the key component here, is they need to find a reliever. They need to trade for a reliever, or they need to find a reliever that's constant, that will be there to help them at least twice, you know, every week, or at least once a week, I should say, depending on how many games are played, as they're going to get another walk here. So that'll do it for Brown Pole, as Albert McFreddy is going to come in. Owlins have been doing everything right today. All they're doing is just putting the ball in play, and they're letting Divine beat themselves with all the pass balls and the error there, the walks. Walks kill you. It's a free base. As Athena's up to bat, still batting an 0.62, and that's going to get even lower with this ground ball to short for the third out. So it's going to be 9-4 Owlins, looking to see if they can grab anything else insurance-wise, as it doesn't look like they're going to need it, but 5 runs, you never know. As Greenman hits this one sky high, and I know, oh my, did they lose it? It looks like Watts lost it out there in the sky, and Greenman is going to go ahead and get himself a triple. I don't know what that looked like. She was camped under it, but she must have lost it there, and I'm not looking at any clouds up there, so not sure what happened, but she definitely did misread that. So again, right on cue, it's Divine with the miscues defensively, as this one's going to be a line drive right to Achilles. So they have the infield in, and they get a line drive, which is unfortunate for the Owlins, but good for Divine there. So the infield is still in with only 1 out and a man on third. And it looks like they're going to get a pop out to the backup catcher, Amari. And that'll bring up the catcher here, Cochran. And yet another pass ball. The runner is going to come home, but this time they will get the runner out at home as they were trying to steal an extra run there. So count it, number 6 on the pass balls there. Unfortunately, 2 of them won't count on the stat sheet because they made an out. But that is 6 pass balls. The Divine Manager has to do something about that. As we get King Plunder here, he's going to try to do something. Ground ball to Jericho. Jericho will gladly vacuum it up as he is a brick wall out there. The walls of Jericho will not fail. For those of you who, may not have done some Bible studies out there. Grace is up to bat now, the second baseman. This has got some pop. Watch out. And speaking of the pop, it's going to be a nice hard line drive, but right to Herschel. It's a 97-mile-an-hour exit velocity. And it looks like they're going to make a pitching change with only one batter out. And that'll be out number 3, as the Owlins will go ahead and win this one. Oops. I may or may not have just messed that up. There we go. Owlins win this one by a final score of 9-4. And I'm being told by one of the fans that the Jericho walls have tumbled. And yes, they have. I'm waiting for him to unfortunately crumble in the clutch so I can make that joke. But we shall see. At this point, I don't think he's going to because he's having a phenomenal season. So, again, 9-4 is your final score with the Owlins versus Divine. There is only the one error, which would be by the pitcher. But 6 pass balls is not what you want. Oh, I forgot to do this. And these are your hitters for today. With your winning pitcher being Brownpole, the reliever who came in the 5th inning, and losing pitcher, the rookie Taverna. So not a great way to start. And again, your MVP is going to be the Revenge of Jericho, as he went 3 for 5 with a home run, a double, an RBI, a single, 2 runs, and a stolen base. So nice little stat line there. So the first game goes to Owlins, as Divine will drop to 0-4, and the Owls will be now a 3-1. Next game on the docket is going to be Samurais versus the Kernals, and we're going to go ahead and start that in just a moment. Alrighty, our second game tonight is going to be another revenge game and a divisional game. As I said previous, all these games will be division game. It's going to be the San Diego Samurais versus the Grand Portage Kernals. Last time these two teams faced off, it was a massacre where the Samurais won 15-1. As we start the game off with Eli Rampage getting strucken out. Those of you who are betting, I would put my odds on the Samurais to win again, but I'm not able to bet. So if you want to get some points there, go ahead and bet, as Willis will go ahead and ground this over to Jesus for the second out of the inning. The more you bet, the more points you can earn, which will go ahead and give some upgrades to your players. And if you're not confident, you can always put a small amount. Millie Whitaker, the DH today, looking at a 2-2 count from the pitcher, and that's going to be out number 3 for the Southpaw. As they go down quietly here, 1-2-3 for the Samurais. So leading things off is going to be Stephen Duke, the third baseman. As he hits this one foul. And then he swings for out number 3. So we get a beanball here. Not sure why, but it looks like they're going to have a runner on for Sean Wazania, who I don't know what he was thinking, but just beamed him right in the hip. So they'll bring up Pablo Sanchez, the number 3 hitter, who's going to ground over to Itachi, to Cheesecake, and back to Itachi for the double play. So nice little turn there. We'll do it for the first inning.
Now batting, the shortstop, number 17.
Ground ball to Jesus. Out number 1.
Now batting, the left fielder, number 6.
John St. Anna is your starter today, the southpaw for the Kernals. And he gets out number 2 there.
Now batting, the second baseman.
So up to bat's going to be your second baseman, Miss Key Marshall. Lefty on lefty matchup. And that's going to be a foul ball. So 2-2 count once again. And she's going to line this over to Russ Richards over there at second. And that'll be the final out. And Russ Richards will go ahead and lead us off here in the bottom of the second.
The second baseman, number 14.
So this week, the San Diego Samurais climbed all the way up the power rankings. They are officially number 1 this week, as they were number 5 last week, all the way to number 1 this week with the win over the Kernals, 15-1. They've scored the most runs in the league so far. As Wazania throws a ball inside. And that'll be grounded over there to Cheesecake, who throws it on over for the second out. Marcos Glenn, the center fielder, getting yet another start out there. Great speed. Good glove. Looks at a strike there, so 2-1 count. Foul ball. And he's going to ground this over to Cheesecake. So Cheesecake is a vacuum out there today, out number 3. And that'll do it there for the Kernals. Top of the third. Dylan Waycaster, the backup catcher, getting his first hit at-bats of the season. And he's going to go down on strikes for the first out. So St. Anna's already got 4 Ks here and 2 1/3. That's all right as Itachi flies this one off the end of the bat over there to Olsen. Which will bring up the 9th batter, Charlie Chapless, who takes the ball down the middle for a strike. Ball in the dirt, swings, and that'll do it there. Thrown on over to first by Galvin. That'll be out number 3. So we do have a quick 3 innings here. On top of the third, anyway. Quick top 3. As Wazania is going to go ahead and pitch it to Jorge de Guzman, who had a clutch hit in game 2. But instead here, he's going to go ahead and strike out. Which brings up Mr. Messiah himself, Jesus Nazario, playing shortstop. Ball's in the dirt, full count. As he dribbles this one over to Wazania for out number 2. And here's the catcher, Braylon Galvin. As this one's hit all the way to the wall, it's going to be a double for the catcher Galvin. So, 2 outs, man on second, and top of the order, Stephen Duke. And you can hear the fans in the background screaming, Duke, maybe because it's why he's Dookie. But either way, here he is on a 2-1 count. The pitch hits a line shot to center field. Eli Rampage has come up with it clean. He's going to throw it home. They are going to advance the runner, and the throw is out. It's in time. He's got him. Rampage with a clean throw and a catch by the catcher there. What a throw. What a catch. What a tag. Wow. Haven't seen that arm in a while. So Rampage now leads off and hits a little flare out to right field, and Olsen's under it for out number 1.
The third baseman, number 23.
Here we got Anki. And he's going to hit a flare out to left field, and sliding catch by De Guzman. I thought that was going to be down. But what a play by the outfielder. So 2 fantastic plays by the outfielders. As Emilio Whitaker stands in now, lefty on lefty once again. A lot of lefties on this Samurai team. She's going to go ahead and roll over to Richards there for the final out of the inning. So they do get nothing once again, as St. Anna is pitching a hell of a game so far. So the DH, Bale Houston, who is getting his first game today as well. He got a hit by pitch his first at bat. Wazania was not having it. And he's going to get his first hit of the season as well. So 1 for 1, and he's on base 2 out of 2 times to start the season. Which will bring up Mr. Pablo Sanchez, who is, yes, batting .500, but has 0 home runs and 0 RBIs. As he doesn't have anybody on in front of him so he can produce, as he hits this one to right field and misplayed by the right fielder Chapless, as Pablo is going to go all the way to third, and the runner will score on the misplay or miscue out there in right field for the triple. And that'll bring up Russ Richards. So Russ Richards, all it has to do is put the ball in play, and it'll be 2-0 Kernals. Instead, he's down 0-2. And now he strikes out. So 1 out there, which will bring up the right fielder Quash Olsen. Again, just put the ball in play. Actually, it looks like the infield is in, but it doesn't matter, as that ball would have been a base hit regardless. So Olsen does get his hit today and an RBI to help his team. So it'll be 2-0 Kernals. And it's already double the runs they've had last game. So looking good for the Kernals today. As Wazania's having a little trouble this inning, as this one's hit foul. Center fielder Glenn, he's got, again, good speed. Hits this one high and deep to right field. Looks like it's going to be just shy. Oh, no! The wind carried it! My, oh, my! I thought this was going to be a regular fly ball, but Glenn hits his first home run of the season. 394-foot shot. That is... my apologies. That ball must have got caught up in a jet stream, because that ball was not hit hard at all. Just a high, towering fly. But regardless, it is a 2-run home run. Doesn't matter if it's by an inch or by a mile. So it's 4-0 Kernals, who have now quadrupled the amount of runs they've scored last game, as this one's lined over to right field. Which brings up, again, Mr. Messiah himself, Jesus. So Wazania's not having the best of luck so far. And Jesus, well, he just looks at that pitch. What can you say? Go back to the dugout. So Cheesecake's up to bat, the shortstop, batting fourth, who's been on a tear of late, batting .538. He does have 3 home runs and 8 RBIs. He is third in the MVP standings right now, I know it's earlier in the season as he strikes out, but he's got a good little chunk of change going for him. And that'll bring up Ron Ramirez, who's also hitting 500. And he's going to hit this one out of, I was going to say in the stands, but didn't reach it. 2-2 count. He hits this one high and deep to left field. And left fielder's going back. De Guzman is going to look up at this one, and that's going to be a solo shot from Mr. Ron. And another high-towering fly ball that didn't look like it was going to get out at first, but there must be wind blowing out today here in the park, as that was another one that just kept on going. And here's another high-towering fly ball, but this one's not going to get caught in the jet stream. Looks like the wind died there. So, Dylan Waycaster, 0 for 1 on his first at-bat of the year. It's going to let this curveball just float in there for strike number 1. Lines this one foul. So, Deuce is wild. And Waycaster hits this one deep to left field. Has a distance, but it's going to be foul. And that's going to be a pop-up to the catcher, Galvin. So, they finally get a hit on the board, and it's going to be the solo shot there by Ron. Up to bat is Galvin, who is going to ground this over to Miski. Miski throws it over to Itachi, and that'll do it for the first out. So the lineup turns over. It's Duke himself, third baseman. As he's going to ground this over to Cheesecake. Cheesecake over to Itachi, second out of the inning. Bale Houston's going to hit this one to foul territory, and Itachi, wow. The range on that guy ran further than the right fielder to catch that one as a basket catch for out number 3. And here he is after the great play. He's going to come up, and he's going to hit a home run. Just kidding. But he is going to hit the ball hard. Just kidding. He's going to round out the third. Or second. Or strikeout. Boy, oh boy. The manager for Itachi is not having it. He is wanting to put him on the block. As you can see right here on verified. He is verified on Twitter that Itachi is officially on the block. And this is not what you want to hear as a Samurai fan. As this ball is hit to deep center. It's going to get down and to the wall. It thought about going to, but instead it is played fairly well out there by Glenn. And that'll hold the runner to first for only a single. So top of the lineup is Eli Rampage. Oh, 2 count for Rampage, and that's a pass ball by the catcher, Galvin. So they'll put the runner in scoring position. Not what you want for the Kernals right now. As this ball is hit over to Sanchez. Sanchez will step on first for the second out. Runner does advance, but with 2 outs, it doesn't really mean much. The only really thing is, if it's a pass ball, that's kind of it. And this ball is hit high and deep. Did it catch the jet stream out there? It looks like it may have, but Glenn is underneath it, just shy of the wall on the track. So it may have caught the jet stream, but it caught the tail end of it, or it didn't go high enough. So that will be out number 3. That's going to bring up Pablo Sanchez, the third batter. Again, no one on in front of him, so he's going to try to do it all himself. But he did finally get his RBI today with that triple, the miscue over the right field. And here he is with the leadoff single. And watch for him to steal second base as well. My guess is going to be on the second pitch, as Rush Richards stands in against Wazania. And shatters his bat, so he gets a new one. And there he goes. It is Pablo Sanchez down to second. Safe. The throw is not in time by Waycaster. And you heard it here. I am a Nostradamus when it comes to this game, as we get a rollover to the catcher for out number 2. Or sorry, out number 1. So we do have a runner on third. The infield is in for the Samurais, as they don't want to give up any more. As Olsen's up and lines to Itachi, who then throws it over to third for no reason. And that's probably part of the reason why he's on the block, is making decisions like that. Which will bring up the center fielder, Marcos Glenn, who hit a 2-run home run earlier. Ball got caught up in the jet stream and took it out to deep center field. He's going to roll this one over to first base. He does have the speed. Is he going to beat the pitcher? No. Wazania was there just in time on a bang-bang play. And that'll be out number 3. So they do get a hit, but it is all for nothing, as the Samurais are now up to bat in the top of the 7th, down 3. And Whitaker goes down on 3 straight, as St. Anna kisses his gun, saying, I could throw curves, but I also have a fastball. Eat it. 80th pitch of the night, and be fouled back by Cheesecake, the MVP candidate so far this year. And it's going to be a 3-1 count. Cheesecake looking for his own. And he didn't like that pitch. He'll spit on it. And then a curveball by St. Anna in the dirt to a dangerous hitter. So walks him there, which brings up Ron, who has a solo shot. The only run for the Samurais today. And late on the fastball, hit it to the right side. Curveball in. Pick off over to first. Safe. Ron lines this one to left field. De Guzman gets this in quickly to stop the runner for going to third. That'll bring up Miskey Marshall, the second baseman. And that'll do it there for St. Anna, who's got 8 Ks on the day in 6 1/3 innings. Not too shabby, with only the one mistake being the solo shot. And this ball got caught up in the jet stream too. You can kiss this one goodbye, as Miskey will tie this game with a 3-run homer. 444 feet, as it's going to be the second one of her season. And my oh my, now we have a brand new game, as Klaus the Game cannot Klaus this one out. Gives up a 3-run homer on his first pitch, unfortunately. And then gives up yet another hit. So it looks like Mr. Klaus is not doing anything but closing the door on his day-to-day by just giving up. And there it is. Dylan Waycaster is being subbed for King Gooder, who's now on the base paths, and he's got good speed out there. So look for him to take advantage of that. Itachi's up. And his manager just tweeted easy out. And my oh my, that is unfortunate. Mid-game, your manager is telling you this is an easy out on social media. And the ball gets away from the first baseman, Sanchez, but Gooder is going to stay at first, as he knows he's got speed. So he doesn't need to move. Another pickoff play by Klaus. And Itachi goes down looking for yet another out. So Charlie Chapless is up with 2 outs. Runner on first. And pickoff over there is safe. Gooder definitely wants to run. You can see it in his eyes as Chapless hits this one deep to left field. Just shy of the track, camped under it as Guzman. That'll be out number 3, but not before Miss Key hits a 3-run homer off of Klaus. And that ties the game up. So it's a brand new game going into the bottom of the 7th. Sean Mazzagna is finally out of the game. And Axe Bracketeer is in for King Gooder. So the pinch runner is taken out for the backup catcher. Or actually, that is the starting catcher. Bracketeer who comes in. Who was his day off, but instead he's going to field a couple innings. Possibly hit once. And Juliana Hamsteak is going to be your new pitcher for Mazzagna. And she gets her first strikeout of the day. Which brings up Jesus. So that's Hamsteak's first career strikeout. And Jesus is down on strikes again. Which brings up the catcher, Galvin. She gets a little extra cheese, and that's going to do it there. Right back to her, to Itachi. That'll be out number 3. So she comes in, closes the door. 1-2-3 inning. Gets the hold for the Samurais. So here's Klaus de Game, who needs to get something to work for him, as he gave up that home run and another single back-to-back. And now he starts the inning off by hitting Rampage. Not good. And he is feeling the pressure. Is the manager going to make it? Yep, they are. So Eric Blair, the closing pitcher, is going to come in at the top of the 8th to try to get a win or something to help with the damage that Klaus has just destroyed. They were up 4-1. Klaus gives up that 3-run home run, and Blair's coming in, and the runner goes off to first. Rampage is into second with a stolen base. So now, really feeling the pressure, and Anki does his job by hitting it over to second. So now there's a runner on third with less than 2 outs. Infield is in, and your number 3 hitter, Whitaker, is up. She does get the ball in play. Sanchez makes a great diving stop and elects to go first instead of throwing home. So the run does score, even though they were brought in for that specific reason. So more late game heroics for the Samurais, as they are becoming this clutch team this year, being down 3 out of the 4 games and coming back so far. So up the bat is Cheesecake, the MVP candidate for the Samurais, as Eric Blair is looking to stop the bleeding once again. It's a full count. We'll get Cheesecake on this pitch, but not before they do get a run. So it's 5-4. Again, some late game heroics with the help of Eli Rampage. Second time in 4 games. So Hamsteak is still in and in line for the win now, as she faces the top of the order Duke. And Duke will hit it, and Anki's going to make a nice diving grab out there at third base. What a play. Hamsteak tips the cap over there. Anki is looking to get some steak, it seems. Playing so hard for her. As Houston's up to bat, the DH today. 1 for 2. The single and a hit by pitch. Good eye with the ball in the dirt. 2-2 count. Another foul ball. And Houston hits this one to right field, but ranging over is Chapless, who catches this one for the second out. So up to bat is Sanchez, who's going to line this one to center, and a shoestring catch by Eli Rampage will end it there in the bottom of the 8th. So here we are, top of the 9th. It looks like the Samurais might come away with this one once again, as they're looking to add some insurance runs here, up by 1 against the Kernals. As Ron swings out of his shoes on a pitch that was not even close. Eric Blair's getting tired out there, and you can really see the sweat pouring off him, and right on cue, the sweat may have caused that curveball to come right inside and hit him. So that's going to be it for the pitcher, Eric Blair, and in comes Art Deacon, who has an abysmal 99.99 ERA. So Miskey Marshall is up to bat. Right now, one of your heroes for the Samurais, who had the game-tying 3-run homer in the 7th. And she goes down swinging. Now the starting catcher, who had the day off today, Axe Bracketeer. The runner goes, and the throw is not in time, as that's going to be another stolen base for the Samurais. Bracketeer looks at strike 2 here. And out number 2, so he finally gets another out. And that'll bring that ERA down from 99 to 54 down to 36. So if he gets another out here, it could bring it down to what I believe would be 21. As Itachi's in. And if everyone's looking at this, it looks like it might just be a snooze fest. And Itachi's going to actually hit the ball this time, but a little flare out to left field, easy out for De Guzman. So he does put the ball in play, and the manager has to be happy with that. At least he's not striking out every at-bat. So last licks for the Kernals here, 5-4. And a rollover for Russ Richards over to Itachi for out number 1. So Olsen's up to bat with 1 out. Gotta start something here. 2-1 count. As Hamsteak is still in this game, they're not bringing in their closer for some reason. And that's going to be a single. Are they going to stretch it out? Yes, they are. A Rampage with the nice arm makes it a close play, but that is going to be the tying run on second. And looking to tie the game is Marcos Glenn, who did have the 2-run home run earlier. So all he needs is a base hit, and it'll tie the game with some speed there out on second. And Hamsteak is still in. That manager doesn't want to make a change. Feel like they have something going on for her. And it's a full count now. And she walks him. So no harm, no foul, as the double play is now in effect. And that'll bring up Jorge De Guzman, who doesn't have the best speeds. But here comes the closing pitcher, Lenny P. The lefty on lefty matchup here. As, uh-oh. It's high. It's far. It's gone. Oh, my. A 3-run home run on the first pitch from the closer. And that right there is going to be it, folks. Jorge De Guzman, who had a 2-run clutch home run 2 games ago in the bottom of the 9th, now wins it in the bottom of the 9th with a 3-run home run off of Lenny P, the brand new pitcher. And maybe that is why the manager did not want to put in the closing pitcher, because he knew what was going to happen. Because on the first pitch, he does that. My, oh my, what a game. 2 games in a row. Wow. I can't believe that. Lenny comes in and just, wow. What a game. Back and forth, non-stop, late game heroics for both teams. 7th with the 3-run home run by Miskey, and then the 3-run walk-off there by Marcos Glenn, who, or not Marcos Glenn, sorry, De Guzman, who should have been the MVP, but for some reason the game wants to give Marcos Glenn, who only went 1 for 3 with the 2-run shot in the 4th inning, I believe. So there you have it. The Kernals come back and win the revenge game, and they did. I'm shocked. Lenny P, that's your first pitch of the season, and it goes 450 feet the other way. So that'll do it here for the second game, as we have another one here It will be the Monsters versus Nomads. Another division game. It'll be the first time these two teams meet. Monsters are 1-2, and the Nomads are 2-1. Nomads did have a day off, so we'll see if they have some brand new players resting. But we will get this going in just a moment, so stick with me. I'll be right back. Alrighty, we are back with game number 3 today. It's going to be the Crots Spring Swamp Monsters versus the Nairobi Nomads. As we get this one going off with the Monsters, going to have a leadoff double. Nope, just kidding. A leadoff single as the runner did not want to advance. So up to bat is going to be Bobby Munoz, the third baseman. So the Monsters are 1-2 this season, and the Nomads are 2-1. Munoz hitting .333. He's going to strike out on this one, though. Kua Reed, the right fielder, who's playing center field today, batting third. Runner goes, and caught stealing for the second out of the inning. And then a line drive to right field. Clark is there to catch it. Out number 3. So they do get a leadoff hit, but nothing going for him. So Thaddeus Conley, the center fielder for the Nomads, is up to bat. Royce Crutch is your starting pitcher today for the Swamp Monsters. And this one is going to be just out of play there for the first baseman. As we strike number 3. And it's going to be a ground ball to second base. That's going to be out number 2. So the catcher, Harcourt Gaines, batting third, is going to be trying to get something going against Crush here. And he does not. He's going to go ahead and strike out. So 3 up, 3 down for the Nomads. That'll do it for the first. I apologize, I forgot about the prediction. I'm trying to set that up really quick right now. 2 minutes, go ahead and get your bets in, as nothing's going on right now. It's still 0-0 game with another strikeout to Hornblower by Snell. So one half of the Duran brothers is up to bat now, the DH. And on a 2-0 count, sends this one to center field. And that's going to be a single, as this field that the Nomads play at has a weird dimension with the right field kind of just jetting in and out. So I'm going to bring up the shortstop, George Armhorn, against Pastel Snell. Say that 5 times fast. Pitching her first game of the year. And it's going to go down on strikes. So Dalton Chen, the second baseman, will go ahead and get his first at-bats of the day. As that's going to be lined over or grounded over to second for the final out of the inning. So up to bat, it's going to be Colin Kennedy, the center fielder who's playing first today for the Nomads. Batting .167 on the year so far. And that's why. Strikes out.
The left fielder, number 25.
Lynch, the left fielder, is going to swing and get a base hit up the middle. So they do have a runner on again. 2 innings in a row for the Nomads. And that's going to bring up Janiyah Mess, the shortstop, who is still looking for their first hit of the season. Actually, not of just of the game, it's of the season. And she's going to go down on strikes, so still looking for that first hit. And Don Short is up to bat, the third baseman. And if you excuse me, I will be right back.
Now batting, the catcher, number 6.
That's down. You're out.
Now batting, the left fielder, number 11.
Apologies about that. So everyone's favorite number 9 hitter, Top Butterman, is up to bat, the left fielder.
Inside. Bolt low.
And he's going to hit this one to right center field. That's going to get all the way to the wall. He's going to try for 2. He is not, as again, those dimensions in right field are just a little wonky. So any balls hit out there, you have to be pretty quick to get out there.
Now batting, the third baseman, number 13.
Ball inside. That's down. Steve. Foul ball. Strike.
Now batting, the center fielder, number 48.
And that's going to be a base hit there to load the bases. So the Monsters have something going here, but there are 2 outs. As Clayton Hornblower, the MVP for the Monsters, is up to bat. See if he can get something here. Maybe put them on the board. And he's going to hit this one to second base, but it was right at Rivers. So they do get a couple hits this inning. But nothing, unfortunately, to put together for a run. So they're still 0-0. So at the bat's going to be Trenton Clark, the right fielder, batting 8th today. And he's going to do a little dinker to the right side. Hornblower's going to throw it to the first baseman, or for the pitcher, Crush, who's going to miss it. I'm not sure exactly what happened there. So we'll have to see if they score that a hit or an error. But Crush definitely should have caught that. That's the second time we've seen the pitcher, first baseman, not make a play together. But Crush comes back and strikes the next batter out.
Center fielder, number 14.
Which brings up Conley, the leadoff hitter, getting his second at-bat today.
Outside.
All right, 2-2 count. And the pitch. It's going to be a liner up the middle. This is going to be another hit for the Nomads. So they do have runners on first and second with only one out. And Russell Rivers, the big bat for the Nomads, is up to bat. Quickly down 0-2. Boy, that doesn't mean anything as he hits this ball high. He hits it deep, and he hits it far. Wow. What a bomb. 471 feet for Rivers, his second home run of the game, or of the season, with his 5th RBI as well.
The catcher, number 41.
That's inside. Nope, inside. Well. Take your bases.
Now batting, the first baseman, number 43.
Ball high.
Apologies on that. So they do get a walk there after the 3-run home run by Rivers. So, again, 471 feet. That is an absolute bomb by the big bat there. So it's 2-2 count. Now it's full. The payoff pitch here. He's going to hit this one to right field. And misplayed by the right fielder. This ball is going to go all the way to the wall, as Prouse didn't see it or feel it or what. But that's the second time we've seen that as well. So now it's going to be a double. So now I have second and third with one out. And Damon Lynch, the left fielder, up to bat. Can do some even more damage here. Ground ball to third, and they're going to come home with it, and it's going to be a pickle now. O'Neill to Munoz, and he's going to run down the... Oh, back to the pitcher. It looks like he's going to run them down. And again to O'Neill, the catcher, and finally they're going to get him after 4 throws, as that should have definitely taken less time. But they do get the run, or sorry, they do get the out instead of the run, so I guess it was all for something. As Mess is going to look for her first hit to get a run in as well. And instead she's going to look at strike 3 by a nice pitch on the outside plate, outside corner of the plate by Crush.
Now batting, the designated hitter, number 23.
So Bryson's up to bat, batting 400 on the year. And he's going to ground it over to Rivers, who hit the homer earlier, and that'll be out number 1.
Now batting, the shortstop, number 33.
So that'll bring up Armhorn, the shortstop for the Monsters, batting a measly 200 so far this year.
Nope, that's high. Strike 3.
And that'll be out number 2 for the strikeout.
The second baseman, number 16.
So Snell's already got 5 Ks through 3 2/3. And we're going to get a roll over here to the third baseman, who's going to throw it over for the 3rd out of the inning. But tie game. I'm sorry, not a tie game. It's 3-0 Nomads. They're looking to add something here.
That's outside. That's low. Foul ball.
Don Short, the third baseman,
Foul ball.
trying to get that average up a little more. As he's going to strike out there by Crush, who Crush isn't pitching terrible. Just one mistake there, along with the error. I think they scored it as a hit. Yeah, they did score it as a hit, as it's 3 earned runs. So this ball's going to be grounded to Chen at second base, which will bring up the last batter, the DH, Fred Moon. Pitch number 67. It's going to be a foul ball.
Ball high.
Number 69, giggity. Strike 2. And Moon goes down on strikes.
Now batting, the catcher, number 6.
So the catcher, Reef O'Neal, 0 for 1 today. Is up to bat against Snell, who again, 5 strikeouts through the 4 innings is pretty good.
Nope. Inside. That's foul.
And he hits this one deep to right field, but way foul. Pop up to short left field. Camped under it is left fielder Lynch, who's going to go ahead and squeeze it for out number 1.
Number 11.
Top Butterman,
Nope. That's
slippery little fella, batting 9th.
strike.
He's going to go ahead and down on strikes, so yet another strikeout there for Snell.
That's foul.
A couple of these pitches by Snell have been hung, but then she comes back with a nice little slide piece there. So Nomads have been hitting, the Monsters have been hitting the ball when she does hang them, but there's not falling in for hits.
That's down.
Conley's up the bat, leadoff hitter
Nope.
against Crush. Crush's 75th pitch is going to be hit deep to left field and just foul by Conley there. A couple more feet, that would have been a double. And instead, he's going to look at strike 3 so he can go back to the dugout and watch that foul ball over and over, as it means absolutely nothing. And now the big bat, Russ Rivers, with the 3-run home run earlier. We're looking to start things off here for the Nomads with an out.
Strike.
Full count, payoff pitch, 82nd of the day is going to be a walk for Mr. Rivers. And that'll bring up the
Now pitching, number
the catcher,
22.
as Darren Daniels is going to come in for Crush, so 4 1/3, and that's all it's going to be. 80 somewhat pitches.
Outside. Ball.
Darren Daniels is a newly signed pitcher as well by the Monsters. Just signed yesterday. Who they had to drop their closer, Rose Woodward, in order to sign him. Looking, trying to bolster their bullpen for the Monsters, but the first batter he faces this year is going to be a base hit from the Nomads. And that ball is going to be thrown in to prevent the runner from going to third, and that's going to bring up Mr. Kennedy, the number 4 batter, who's number 4 for a reason. Look for him to hit a 3-run homer just like Rivers, as he wants to get in on the action.
Inside.
So 1-2 count, pitch,
Low.
low.
That's inside.
Now it's a full count with 1 out. Will the runners go? They will not. And he's going to strike out swinging for out number 2.
The left fielder.
And that'll bring up Lynch, the left fielder.
Nope. Outside. Foul ball.
That's going to be a foul ball. So 1-2 count, 2 outs.
Low.
Ball low.
That's down.
Now it's a full count. Runners will be going this time. And that's a base hit. And with the runners going, they're going to send them home. And that's going to be easily an RBI. So a nice piece of hitting there by Lynch to get another run for the Nomads, 4-0, as Mess steps in. If she can get her first hit, it'll be 5-0 possibly. They don't have great speed at second, but instead she's going to flare this one out to right field, short right field, hornblower. The first baseman's out there. to grab it for the final out, but not before the Nomads do score another run on the RBI single.
Third baseman, number 13.
Bobby Munoz is going to fly this over to Lynch.
The center fielder, number 48. Now batting, the first baseman, number 30.
Nope. Low.
Now batting, the third baseman, number 11.
Off the plate. That's foul.
Down short up the bat. Third baseman for the Nomads. 2-2 count. Grounds at the first base. Hornblower is over. Again, played with the pitcher, Daniels. So he'll make the catch this time. So it won't be an error. Won't be a hit. They do get the PFP in. And Daniels, oh man, this ball is absolutely tattooed out to deep left field. That ball is gone. That is a solo shot. 443 feet for Clark. His first home run and RBI of the season. That ball was absolutely tattooed to make it a 5-0 game Nomads here in the bottom of the 6th. So Fred Moon is up to bat. Still looking for his first hit of the year as well. Daniel's not making the greatest impression here with his first outing with the Monsters. That's going to be a strikeout.
The center fielder, number 14.
Should bring up Conley.
That's outside.
Conley's going to hit this one left field, but foul.
Off the plate.
And then looks at the pitch and screams at the umpire saying, "You need to get your eyes checked out." But that was in the strike zone in my eyes as well. So Conley might need to go back to the dugout and look at his eyes, as that's going to be a called third strike. As Snell sneezes and then wipes on the ball for a dirty pitch there.
That's low.
And this ball is going to be hit to right field, right on the warning track. And that'll be out number 1 for the Monsters.
Number 33.
Armhorn's up the bat. Snell has 7 strikeouts through 6 1/3.
Inside.
Pitching pretty well. And as I say that, this ball's tattooed to deep center field, and Conley ranges all the way back to the track. That is quite the range he has out there for the second out of the inning. That ball was absolutely smoked, but it hung up there just long enough, and this ball's hit the third short with the diving play, hits off his glove and goes over into the foul territory. So it will be a 2-out single there for the Monsters, and Reef O'Neal, the catcher, is going to be stepping in with a man on first.
That's down.
And he's going to hit this one to right field and foul. A couple feet short of possible double. And this ball's going to be hit over to Kennedy at first base. That's going to be out number 3. So they do get another hit, but nothing to add to it, as it's still 5-0 game going into the bottom of the 7th. And Russ Rivers is up. Darren Daniels finally out of the game after pitching quite a few in his first outing. And it's going to be Gina Tanner with a 5.40 ERA.
Nope.
She
Outside.
does have some nasty stuff, but she's got to throw it over the plate. And as I said, that's going to be another walk for Rivers, so a second walk today. He's on base 3 out of the 4 times, including the home run. Which will bring up the catcher, batting third, Gaines. Who's going to hit this over to second base and pass the diving second baseman. And Prouse out there will get the ball in quick, holds the runner at second. So the first baseman, Kennedy's up to bat.
Nope, inside. Foul ball.
And they did a pitch out. You don't see that very often, especially with runners on first and second. But they do there, and then they get Kennedy on the third strike, that was a very odd sequence, if I say so myself, by Tanner. And this ball's going to be hit to Chen over at second, flips it over to Armhorn, back to first. That's going to be a double play, so the 4-5-4-6-3 double play is going to get them out of the inning.
The left fielder, number 11.
As Snell is still in the game with 7 innings. She's at pitch number 91. As you would think they might want to take her out, but looks like the manager wants to keep her in for some reason. And maybe that reason is because she is shutting down the Swamp Monsters with this shutout so far, getting another ground ball out. And then here is going to be a can of corn out there. Left field, Lynch is camped under it. And that'll be out number 2. So the decision to keep Snell out there is paying off so far, as she's on her 95th pitch to Munoz. And it looks like 0-2 count. She is just dealing here. And Munoz does get it off the hands, but it's strong enough to get over to right field, so that he will get a hit on the 0-2 count. And that might be it for her. And there it is. The manager's going to come out and make the pitching change. And it's going to be Dozen Rolls. Dozen Rolls, the disgusting lefty, is going to come in. And the first pitch is going to be dove and snagged by the first baseman on over to Dozen Rolls at first. Another PFP moment, as we've seen a couple of those tonight. And that'll be out number 3. So Dozen Rolls does come in and get the stop. So messes up the bat. Trying to get something started for her season, as it has not been good for her, and it's going to continue, unfortunately, as a rollover to shortstop is going to be out number 1.
Batting, the third baseman, number 11.
So third baseman short is going to hit it to second base. Chen with a nice diving stop, and that's going to be out number 2. That was full length, 100% as far as he can go to grab that ball.
Nope, that's high.
To the bottom of the 8th, last out for the Nomads. And Clark's going to flare this one over to second base. Chen's going to range over to his right a couple steps and catch it for out number 3. So, top of the 9th, last licks for the Monsters. Hornblower, the MVP for the Monsters this year.
That's inside.
Is going to try to start something off as he hits this one high, and I mean high, center field. And that is coming down finally after about 83 seconds. Conley is camped under it and catches it for out number 1.
Ball high.
So the big man Duran is up the bat. Takes a strike there
That's foul.
and fouls one off.
Nope, that's low.
He's going to pop this one up to the infield. Camped under it is the pitcher Dozen Rolls, who's going to go ahead and take it herself for out number 2.
Number 33.
And down to their last out, it is Armhorn, the shortstop.
Ball high. Strike 3.
And he's going to go ahead and down off strikes. Dozen Rolls closes it out. So the Nomads will win off after a day off by a final score of 5-0. So the Monsters get shut out here by Snell and Dozen Rolls, as they pitched fairly well. 7 strikeouts. Did give up 7 hits and 7 2/3. Crush didn't do too bad. It was just one mistake, the 3-run home run, along with the error that didn't help. And then Russ Rivers here. He's going to be your MVP for the Nomads. All 3 candidates were from the Nomads, as you can see. Russ Rivers 1 for 2, 2 walks, a home run, and a 3-run homer with 2 runs. And then your second is going to be the pitcher Snell. Again, 7 2/3 and 7 strikeouts. Pretty well game pitched by her. And Clark with the home run there. So that'll do it for the Nomads and Monsters. Up next, another divisional game where it's going to be the Comets versus the Slumpbusters. So go ahead and stick with me here. Give me a couple minutes. I'm going to go grab a quick drink, and we will start this game up as soon as I'm back.
Now batting the center fielder, number 70.
And here we are back with the Comets versus the Slumpbusters, as the first batter is going to ground over to second for the first out. And it's going to be the shortstop Struts coming in. Last time these two teams faced off was last week, where the Slumpbusters won 2-0 versus the Comets. It's going to be out number 2. Clover Rhodes steps in. Comets are coming in at 1-2, and the Slumpbusters are 2-1. Slumpbusters have blown out both of their wins. One of their wins, and then got blown out on their second loss. Their second game, first loss. As that's a diving stop by the shortstop, but not in time as Rhodes beats it out. So it's going to be the designated hitter, McGahee, is going to hit this to deep right field in the gap. It's going to go all the way to the wall with extra bases. Are they going to send the runner home? Yes, they are. The throw to second base, and the cutoff is not going to be on line, so that ball's going to dribble in, and that's going to be an RBI double. So up to bat is Rake Winkleson, apologies, the left fielder. Who hits this one deep to left field himself. Mashington is there for the third out. So Comets already more than runs than they scored last game in the first couple batters.
Fielder, number 23.
So up to bat for the Slumpbusters, it's Branch. Branch is going to hit that to Struts. Struts is over there, and it's going to be out number 1.
Number 11.
And at the bat is the catcher, Mostest, batting .600 on the season. And he gets a walk. So it might not add to the average, but it definitely adds to the on-base percentage as Whitney steps in, the third baseman. He's going to hit this one. Is it going to stay in play? It is not. Foul ball. Hit this to right center field, high and deep. They're both calling for it. Center fielder Gleaves does finally get the permission from right field, and that'll be out number 2. So Evermore Buchanan's up the bat, batting a .462 on the year with 2 home runs. And she's going to hit this one deep to right field. And it looks like it may have caught the jet stream, but this ball is going, and it is gone. Great effort there by the right fielder. But it is not to be Excuse me. It's not a chance that the right fielder got that, as that's going to be a 2-run home run. So the Slumpbusters already on the board with 2 runs. So Mercury Comets score first, but the Slumpbusters come back and put 2 of their own on a single hit. And this is the newly acquired catcher, Luna, as he's going to go ahead and get a base hit himself. So Mashington's up to bat, and that's going to be a hit again to right field. So now it's 3 straight hits for the Slumpbusters versus the pitcher here for the Comets, as that's not very good, as Foster Barrett is losing. He is rattled. He's losing everything right now. Line shot to center field, but right at Gleaves. Takes a few steps to his right and in, and that'll be it. But 2-1 is your score here so far in the first inning alone.
The second baseman, number 27.
Up to bat your second baseman, Aggro, who swings down and in the dirt, throws it over to Luna. First out. It looks like he may have hurt himself or tweaked himself. Aggro does have a meniscus tear, as we just found out, and so that's going to be a terrible injury for him as going forward. Those are not fun to recover from. And it's going to be the first baseman, Lampman, and he's going to hit this one foul and just off the fence, so doesn't get a second chance. And with that second chance, he lines it over to second for the second out.
Right fielder, number 57.
So the backup outfielder, Elroy Homrun, is playing today. First at bat of the season is going to be popped up to the pitcher, as he's going to call him himself. And count under it will be Young, who's going to go ahead and take it for out number 3.
Now batting, the center fielder, now in the game, number 26.
So Aggro's out and Stock is in, the backup second baseman, with that meniscus tear. Ground ball to Struts, out number 1.
Now batting, the shortstop, now pitching, number 44.
That'll do it here for Barrett, as Finley Mad now comes in. She's already down in the stamina. Should they come in early, she probably pitched last game. She's gonna get the pop up to second base though, and the newly put in game Stock
Number 23.
makes the catch. And as I said before, the ball will find you when you're placed into games. It's just how the baseball gods work. So leadoff hitter Branch is going to get a walk here.
Now batting, the catcher.
This brings up the catcher, who also had a walk. Oh, 2 count. Another foul ball.
That's up.
And he stares at strike 3, thinking to himself, why did I not swing? As a catcher, you know the strike zone. So that'll be it there for the Slumpbusters. Okay, Stafford's going to go ahead and hit this to Buchanan. That's going to be out number 1.
Now batting, the center fielder, number 70.
So your leadoff hitter Gleaves is going to hit this to center field himself. Crawford's there, out number 1, or sorry, out number 2.
3.
And now Struts is going to hit it back up to center, but he's going to make sure this one's on the ground. So he gets a base hit. He tells his buddy that's how you do it.
Third baseman, number
Which will bring up
29.
Clover Rhodes. And a pickoff play. Great speed at first. He's going to go ahead and steal. The throw. Not in time. As Strut steals his base of the year. So with the runner on second, Rhodes is going to go down swinging. So they tried something. Didn't work out.
The third baseman, number
So up the bat's going to be Harrison Whitney, the third baseman for the Slumpbusters. And he's not going to do anything as he's going to go ahead and down on strikes.
second baseman, number 16.
So Evermore Buchanan, who's had that 2-run homer, is going to fly this one to right field, and Campta is home run
Now back,
for out number 2.
first baseman, number 8.
So the new catcher, Josiah Luna, who did have a hit in his first at bat, is going to line over to third base for out number 3.
Now batting, the designated hitter, number 53.
Again, he's up the bat. And he's going to line this to left field. Nice sliding catch by Mashington out there.
The left fielder, number
As if she
5.
missed that, that was going to be extra bases, double, possibly a triple for sure. That's going to be another out.
The second baseman,
Another strikeout
number 26.
for Young, his third of the evening. Which will bring up Stock, his first at bat of the year, playing for the injured Aggro with that torn meniscus earlier in the game. And Stock goes down swinging, looking. Should have swung, but instead, it's nothing.
Now batting, the left fielder, number 35.
Washington's up the bat with a great sliding catch last inning. And she's going to follow it up with a base hit up the middle. So she starts things off for the Slumpbusters.
Now pitching,
And that'll do it for Mad, as Camila Green is going to come in and try to hold the Slumpbusters to a 2-1 deficit. Two pickoffs in a row when you first come in. It's going to be a ball. Larson, your DH right now. And he goes down swinging for out number 1.
now batting, the center fielder, number 39.
Center fielder Crawford's up the bat. The runner's going. And the throw is in time. So that's going to be another caught stealing there. And then out number 3. So almost a strike him out, throw him out.
Now batting, the first baseman, number 27.
The games have been going fairly well. The first 3 games went phenomenally. A couple walk-offs and late game heroics, as Lampman is up to bat. And he strikes out once again.
Now batting, the right fielder.
So this can bring up the backup outfielder home run, who's 0 for 1 today. 2-2 count. And home runs down on strikes. So it doesn't look like we're doing much for either side. There's a lot of strikeouts. All you have to do is just put the ball in play. Young is 6 strikeouts in 4 2/3 here. As we saw earlier today with Divine, all you have to do is put the ball in play and they will make their own mistakes. As right there, Powell is going to throw it over for the final out of the inning. You have to make them make plays. And that's the key to any game. You don't want to beat yourself, you want to make the other team beat you. Goes for any sport. So Powell, shortstop. It's up the bat on a 1-2 count. It's going to pop this to the catcher here. And it's going to be foul ball. And a ground ball to second. So Stock, who came in earlier for the injury, is already 3 plays in. Leadoff Branch up the bat again. Batting .571 right now. And he's going to get on base with a walk. So the average doesn't go up or down. Same thing with osmosis. That walk is going to put that on base up higher. And he's also batting .571. And he's going to hit up the middle. Stock with a diving play and then throws him out. So great play there. And looks like they have themselves a nice little backup defensively, at least, with Stock making a couple plays here. And that'll bring up Whitney, the third baseman, with a runner on second. Possibly get another run for the Slumpbusters here. And on a 3-0 count, he's going to take this one. Look for his pitch on the 3-1. That's going to be a walk by Green. Which brings up the big bat of Evermore Buchanan, who's already got a 2-run home run today. And it's a pass ball. No, it's not going to be a pass ball, but it was a ball in the dirt. So Buchanan's looking to do it again. Already 3 homers and 9 RBIs on the season. That's good enough to tie the league with home runs. As she hits this one into the right center gap, all the way to the wall. That's going to be extra bases for sure. 2 runs will score on the double by Buchanan. So she has all 4 runs today are scored by her. The 2-run home run and now the 2 out 2 RBI double. It's a lot of 2s there. As the newly acquired catcher Luna is up. And he's going to hit this one to center field right at Gleaves, though, a couple steps in. It's hard hit, but right at him. So Young is still out there. At the top of the 6th, he's got 5 innings, 3 hits, 6 strikeouts. Only 1 earned run. First Gleaves, the leadoff hitter. And he walks. So the leadoff hitter does his job and gets on base with a walk. And check him over there. He's got speed. So does Struts. And a pass ball by the catcher here. Mostest. So he doesn't even have to steal, and he gets to second base on the pass ball. And then a ground ball to Powell right there. Could have thrown it to second, but instead elects to go to first. And that'll be out number 1. So you do still have the runner at second in scoring position for the third batter, Rhodes. And in that position, you want to push the ball to the right side, preferably on the ground, to get the runner to advance the third, so you have less than 2 outs. As this ball by Rhodes is hit deep to right center field, that's going to be just shy of the track. Rolls all the way to the wall for an easy double, stand-up double for Rhodes, another RBI. So it's going to be 2 runs for the Comets. 4-2 is your score now, with McGahee up.
Oh, low.
And McGahee hits this deep to left field, but Mashington ranges over to the left. No tag, so she'll get this one over to Whitney at
The
third.
left fielder, number 5.
Rick Winkleson is up to bat. Good speed himself. And it doesn't matter about the speed if you don't get on. It's going to be strike 3. So they do score 1 run. See if the Slumpbusters can match it or answer with a couple runs of their own. Mashington hits this high to left field, and that'll be Winkleson camped under it, out of it.
Designated hitter. Now pitching, number 43.
And that'll do it here for Green, as J.R. Praline is going to come in, and that's going to be a base hit on his first batter that he faces.
Now batting, the center fielder, number 39.
So Crawford's up. He takes a strike, and then a ball. And he hits this one up the middle. So it's going to be back-to-back hits here for the Slumpbusters. Try to get something on the chain moving. Back-to-back hits.
Number 51.
Powell's up the bat.
That's high.
The backup shortstop's over 2 today.
Low.
Looks at one right down the middle. And he's going to come back with a fastball. It's going to be up the middle, stock to second. Struts over to first. That's going to be a double play to get him out of the inning. So a nice ground ball by the pitcher there to get him out of the inning.
Now batting, the second baseman.
And speaking of stock, here he is. As Young is still in the game at 76 pitches now.
Off the plate. Ball high.
2-2 count. Little dribbler back to Young. Young's going to throw it to Luna, who had to make a running catch over at first. A lot of weird, odd commodities for all these teams so far today. And Lampman's back up.
That's low. Steve.
Looks at a strike. 2-2 count. And strikes him out once again.
Now batting, the right fielder, number 57.
So home run is up. 0 for 2 today.
Steve right. That's up. Steve right.
And that's going to be strike number 3. So, nothing in the top half of the 7th. Slumpbusters looking to add a few runs here late in the inning. As Comets can put up quite a few runs as they've done before. Branch is up to bat. Branch is going to hit this slider to left field. Winkelson's going to range over to his left. And it'll be out number 1. Up to bat's Mostest.
Ball outside.
Best hitting catcher in the game right now.
No, inside.
Second best, actually. Fields is the best hitting catcher in the game right now with batting 700. Mostest did start the day at 700. And he's going to walk for the second time today. So good eye by the catcher. This will bring up Harrison Whitney.
No bye. Nope.
And that's another walk. So 2 walks in a row.
Now batting.
The Slumpbusters might have something, and look who it is.
Number
Evermore
16.
Buchanan. Yet again, runners in scoring position. And she's going to line this to second. Stock's going to make the catch and tries to get him double up at first, but not in time.
Number 8.
So good catch there. Saves a couple of runs, and the catcher Luna is up to bat. He's playing first today. And then swings at a ball that wasn't even near the strike zone for out number 3. Pissed at himself there, he breaks the bat. Not sure why. He's trying to impress your new team. I wouldn't break a bat that way to impress my team. So Young is still in the game going into the 8th inning here. As this ball is hit to left field. Stafford hits that to Mashington, out number 1.
The center fielder. Number
And that'll
7.
turn over the lineup for the center fielder now. Gleaves. Who's going to do the same exact thing. Pop it up deep to left field. Or, sorry. To left field. Not so much deep. Mediocre.
Now batting.
Middle of the field.
Shortstop.
For out number 2. So they're leaving him in the face Struts. And Struts is going to ground it to third. Stopped it on the ground and then throws it over to Luna for the 3rd and final out. So he does get the 8th inning checked off. And we'll see if he's going to come out for the 9th or if the manager says, no, that's enough, you're coming out. As they have been doing some weird pitching changes today. So here is Mashington. He's going to ground it over to the second baseman for the 1st out of the inning.
Now batting. The designated hitter. Number 9.
Roll over to Rhodes. Rhodes is going to fire it over to first. Out number 2.
Now batting. The center fielder. Number 39.
Crawford at the bat.
Steve right. Low.
Ball outside. Another foul ball. And yet another foul ball. And then finally, again, over to second base. Stock has been very busy today. The baseball gods are really testing him. Coming in for the injured
The third
aggro.
baseman. Number 29.
So top of the 9th, last at bat here for Comets.
That's low. Outside.
As Rhodes is up, you want your 3, 4, 5 hitters. You got them here. And Young is still in the game. 99. This is a 100 pitch for Young. And he strikes him out. So out number 1. So it looks like the manager is going to leave him in for a possible complete game. As he definitely is locked in right now.
Follow.
And ground ball to Powell. Out there short. That's out number 2. So one more out from the complete game, and it's got to face Rake Winkelson. As Garland Young has done phenomenal today. And this might do it. It's going to be a fly ball to right field, and Branch is underneath. Branch catches it, and that's going to do it. The Slumpbusters win on a complete game. You don't see that very often. Final score is going to be 4-2. And, I mean, come on now. Your MVP has to be the pitcher, right? Has to be Young. Excuse me, Young. 9 innings, 10 strikeouts. If it's not, this game is broken. It's not. It is Buchanan. Buchanan is 2 for 4 with a homer, a double, and 4 RBIs. I mean, I guess they could be co-MVPs. Let's say that. Co-MVPs, because without her, there is no runs, and without him, there is no pitching. So we'll go ahead and call it a co-MVP here for Buchanan and Young. But very good outing. Very good performance by the Slumpbusters. They're going to improve to a 3-1. Comets are going to go to 1-3. Slumpbusters are 2-0 against the Comets now, leading in their division. So we will get moving for the next game. It's going to be another division game. Like I said before, if you haven't heard but already, all these games are going to be division games. It's divisional day here at the Super Beer League. We have the Gators versus Mean Machine. Last game, Mean Machine won, and Gators are trying to look back and beat them this time. So we will get this started in just a moment. Stick with me here. And here we are with the Gators versus the Mean Machine. Go ahead and put in your predictions on who's going to win, as Willie Mays Hayes, the center fielder, is going to start us off here for the Gators. Last time these two teams faced, the Mean Machine won 4-2, as Hayes is going to pop this up to the second baseman here. They won 4-2 on a pinch hit 3-run home run by Brunette, the backup outfielder, as Fleming is standing in here. It was a 2-1 game going into the 8th inning, and then the 9th inning was a 3-run shot by Brunette, which made it 4-2. As it's going to be a ground ball to Hugh. Hugh is back in the lineup after being injured last game.
Number 3.
Kirk Tamlin up the bat, batting 400 here, as the 3-hole hitter hasn't got a home run or an RBI this season so far. But he does have a 3-0 count now, 3-1, as he takes that strike, and takes another one right down the middle. Not sure what he's looking for. And then swings at a ball that was not even shoulder high outside. Not sure what he was looking for there. So they go down quietly, 1-2-3, as Mean Machine start their inning with Noel Ahmed batting a measly 83 so far this year. And that's going to be a grounder to Caldwell out there at second, out number 1. So up to bat is Gad Lawrence, who may or may not have taken some PEDs. We might want to get him tested after this, as he's looking pretty juiced up there as he grounds it over to DP out at third for the second out. So he might be juiced up and everything, but still rolls over. You still got to make good contact regardless if you are strong or not. And that's baseball for you. So up to bat now is the right fielder, Better Messias, batting .556 on the year. Opposing her is striker ball 4, the starting / relieving pitcher for the Gators. As this is a fight now. It's 3 straight fouled back. And then she rips one to right field. Landry gets it and gets it in quickly. So that'll be a 2-out base knock.
Number 59.
Ned Burdock, the new acquisition a couple days ago, is going to ground this one to Taverna over a short, out number 3. So nothing doing there other than the 2-out hit. 0-0 going to the top of the second.
The first baseman, number 13.
So up to bat's going to be Pedro Serrano, the first baseman. Hits a screaming ground ball up the middle for his first hit of the day. And that's going to bring up DP. And she looks to be locked in. So look for her to do something today. And instead she's going to roll over to Ahmed. And there goes the 6-4-3 double play. So that's going to go ahead and bring her locked in status all the way down. So Franco Murray is pitching pretty well as a reliever. Looks like they're going with a reliever start today. And that's a diving play over there at with Peters at third base for the final out of the inning. Nice play. So Spray Hugh, again, back in the lineup after being injured for the last game with a strained hamstring. And he shatters this bat by ball 4. And yet another foul ball. And another one. So 3 foul balls in a row, and then a diving stop by DP. Throws it over to first. That's going to be out number 1. Nice play by the second baseman playing third today. So the last play, Peters was making a diving play himself. Now he's up the bat against ball 4. 1-2 count, and he's down as striker ball 4 makes his name known. He's either going to strike you out or walk you. That's how it works. Great pitcher's name. And diving play by Serrano, but it's not going to be hauled in. So that's going to go down as a base hit for the Mean Machine. As Cameron Karp, the DH today. Going to hit this one loftily to left field. Camped under it is Tanaka. Tanaka is going to go ahead and grab it for the 3rd out of the inning. And it's going to be 0-0 going into the top of the 3rd. Gators starting off with Ginger Taverna, the shortstop. So 2 balls is the count. She fouls one back. Now it brings it back to 2-2. And Taverna's going to hit a screaming liner, but right to the right fielder. So nothing there. Out number 1. Tanaka steps in. Two twos, your count to Tanaka. Next pitch is going to be flying out to right field. Camped under it is Macias. And that's going to do it there. 2 outs. So which brings up Otis Landry, the right fielder for the Gators. I'm looking a little tense up to bat. Only 1 hit on the year, but that 1 hit is a home run. As he's looking at a 1-2 count. Good eye, ball low. So 2-2, and he hits this one down the right field line, but foul. And then he hits this one to high, deep left center field, and looks like they're going to be camped under it is Lawrence. Lawrence catches it for the 3rd out. So top of the 3rd, nothing's going on. Let's see if Mean Machine can get it started here in the bottom of the 3rd. Braden Copeland is going to hit a flare out to left center field. That's going to be down for a base hit. Tanaka gets this one in. And that'll bring up the top of the lineup, Noel Ahmed. Runner goes, and the throw down is easily thrown out by 2 steps. Can't run on Brick Tamlin with an arm like that. Unless you have Willie Mays Hayes speed, it's not going to work as Ahmed goes down on strikes for out number 2. So Gad Lawrence is back up. The number 2 hitter playing left field today. Grounded to 3rd last at bat. Gonna hit this one foul. And now this one's hit deep to left center field. This is going to be all the way to the wall. Short hops it, in fact. And that's going to be down for 2. Will he stay at 2? Indeed he will, as they get the relay in pretty quick. So that will be a 2-out double for Lawrence there, which brings up the number 3 hitter, Better Macias. As Macias is going to hit this one to left field, Tanaka is going to field it cleanly. He's going to throw it home. The runner is going and is not in time, as that's going to be an RBI single. Machine's going to take the lead. 1-0 here in the bottom of the 3rd. So Ned Burdock is up, and he's going to hit this one to right field, and a Landry will be there. So they do score 1 run on a couple hits. Mean Machine looking to take another game from the Gators. out with the early lead as Franco Murray is going to be done here, and Rake Webster will be in. So Willie Mays Hayes is going to make a few contacts here, foul balls. And again. Takes one high. Good eye. 2-2. The 8th pitch of the at-bat is grounded over to Peters at third, and that's going to be out number 1.
The designated hitter, number 29.
So here's Fleming, the DH. Checks your swing for a ball. 2-2 count. Full count now. Fleming rolls this one over to first base, and first baseman Burdock's just going to tag first, second out of the inning. And that'll bring out Brick Tamland. So 1-2 count. Here comes the pitch, and yet another strikeout on another ball that was up at his eyes. So nothing again for the Sioux Gators as they only have one hit amassed through these 4 innings.
Number 25.
And here's none other than Spray Hugh, who's going to hit this one to left field down the line. It's going to go all the way to the wall, and that's going to be a double for Hugh coming up back from his injury. Feels pretty good, seems like, that Hammy able to stretch that single into a double. And up to bat now is Peters. Peters ground ball to short. Out number 1.
Now batting, the catcher, number 17.
So that brings in Carter Burnett, who had the 3-run home run, pinch hit 3-run home run to beat the Gators last game. And looking to do the same here again, but instead strikes out from striker ball 4.
The designated hitter, number 14.
So Carmen Cap steps in the DH, runner on second. 2 outs. Foul this one back. Strike 2. Deuces are wild, 2-2. And that's going to be strike number 3. So they get out of it. Still a 0-1 game as the Gators are not getting anything going. Even if they get a hit or two, it's not together, so it's not really helping them out. Serrano steps in, 0-2 count already. And then hits this one back up the middle, just past the pitcher. He was going to get it and throw him out for the first down.
DP Turner.
Up now DP. Hit this one fouled on the line. One, 2 count to DP here. Brings it back full. And the payoff pitch is grounded to Ahmed over at short. Out number 2.
Now batting, the second baseman.
That's going to bring up the second baseman, Caldwell, who looks at a pitch on the outside part and then swings at a ball that's even further. Takes one in the dirt. It's strike number 3. Caldwell goes down on strikes. Mean Machine's up the bat now. Braden Copeland, the center fielder. And striker ball 4 is now out of the game. And in is Boxer Atkinson. First time Atkinson's pitching this year. And he gets beanballed himself right in the junk. Oh my. Oh no. We got a player down on the field, but he gets back up and is pitching, which how? I don't know how or why, but that's gotta hurt. I don't know if any of you have been hit in the family jewels, but it does not feel good. As this ball is going to be flared out to right field. Landry's in for the first out.
Now batting, the left fielder, number 15.
And now ground ball by Lawrence to third. DP throws it to second, and the errant throw to first is not going to be picked up by Serrano. So that's going to be safe at first, but there is 2 outs. So Messias is up, and they're going to check on Lawrence over there. Yeah, at first, he's got great speed. So if he goes, it's going to be against a great arm of Tamlin. But instead, they're not going to have the chance. It's going to be ground ball to short. It's going to be out number 3. So nothing doing here. Still 1-0 through 5 innings. And top of the 6th is going to end up with the Gators shortstop, Ginger Taverna. Batting .250 on the year with 1 home run, 2 RBIs. And that's going to be strike number 3. Going down looking yet again. So it's going to bring up Tanaka, who's batting less than 100 now after getting out in the first inning. 3-0 count, goes for a strike, and then he lays off the 4th ball. So it's going to be a walk for him. This brings up Landry, the right fielder. Who's going to get a ground ball to short. And this might be 2. What a play by Ahmed, who not only makes the diving stop, has the wherewithal to throw it to second for the start of the double play, and then gets Landry not hustling to first, because that should have been a safe play. But instead, it's going to be a double play, and they're out of the inning. So now it's Ned Burdock, who's going to hit this one to right field, but foul by a few feet. And Burdock goes down on strikes, looking. So that'll be Atkinson's first strikeout of the year. Next batter is going to ground over to short. That's going to be out number 2. So it's going to be Peters, the third baseman.
Number 27.
1-1 count. Makes it 2-1. And then he gets hit himself. So on the 2-1 count, he gets hit in the thigh. And the catcher, Carter Brunette, is going to come in. He's going to hit this over to second base. Second is going to throw it over to first for the 3rd out of the inning. So through 6, it is still 1-0 Mean Machine. As the Gators try to get something with going with the top of the lineup. So they're going to take out another reliever and bring in Nola Jenkins. Nola Jenkins almost hits Willie Mays Hayes on her 3rd pitch, and then he flies out to right field for the first out.
Now batting, the designated hitter, number 29.
So up to bat is Fleming now, the DH. And that's going to get down through the 3rd short gap. So base hit by Fleming there.
Number 3.
It's going to be a chance for the Gators to do something. As Brick Tamlin is finally up to bat. Still 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. And he hits it up the middle. That's going to be back-to-back hits here. So it looks like the Gators do have something brewing for Pedro Serrano, who's going to be the number 4 hitter today, playing first. He's got quite a bit of power. So we'll see if he's swinging for the fences. Instead, he gets a 3-0 count. Wonder if he gets a green light. And he does not. Or if he did, at least he took a good pitch. So that ball was in the dirt for ball 4, which brings up DP with the bases loaded. But with 1 out, there's still that opportunity for a double play. But no, she's going to hit it all the way to the wall. Hits the base of the wall. It's going to be 2 runs in, possibly 3. No, they're going to hold him up as Serrano does not have speed over there. So it's going to be a 2-run double by DP Turner, which is going to put them ahead 2-1 in the top of the 7th for some late game heroics for the Gators, which Mean Machine will try to match in the bottom half as Caldwell goes down on strikes. So Taverna has a chance to redeem here with runners on 2nd and 3rd. 2 outs. Base hit will score 1, possibly 2. As the Gators need this win to even up the series between Mean Machine. And Taverna's going to hit this one to left field, but out there is Lawrence with the great speed. Anyone else that might have been down for a double, but because the speed of Lawrence was there, they were able to range over and catch it. So it's only going to be 2-1 for the Gators. And Taverna is going to be substituted for Emil Logan. So Logan's going to come in and play shortstop as a defensive replacement, and it's going to be a ground ball to first, step on first for the first out. Too many firsts in that sentence. And ball to right field. It's going to go all the way to the wall to Landry. It's going to get it in, and it's going to hold him to a double. I'm not quite sure who that was. Maybe if I can look back at it. It's going to bring Noel Ahmed, top of the order. Shortstop with a man on 2nd, so they do have a good chance to tie the game up here. One count. Ahmed hits this one to center field. Hayes is ranging over, catches it. They're going to tag. There's going to be no tag, as Hayes does have a pretty good arm out there. So next up is going to be Gad Lawrence, the man who made the inning-ending catch on the run. So the Gators are pressing here, and that's going to be down for a hit. Tanaka's going to field it, but there's going to be no chance for play at the plate. So they are going to tie the game here. Mean Machine starting to rally a little bit with 2 outs. And they're going to throw it over. Lawrence has great speed over there at first, so let's see if they try to steal, and we want to see that steal against Hamlin with the great arm. So a 2-0 count. Make it 3-0. And that's going to be ball 4, so once again, there's not going to be another throw down to 2nd. That is going to bring Ned Burdock, who has been clutch this year so far. It's going to be it for Atkinson as Graham Lobster, one of the Lobster brothers, trying to clamp down the 7th inning for the Sewer Gators. 0-2 count, so coming in doing great, and then a ground ball to second base. And that's going to do it for them. So he comes in and stops the bleeding, clamps it up. And that's going to be a 2-2 game now after they do score the tying run. So it's a brand new ball game in the top of the 8th as Tanaka stands in against Nola Jenkins, who's still out there after an inning and a third. And Tanaka's going to hit this one left field in foul territory, but it looks like Lawrence is underneath it for the first out. Landry's up the bat. Right fielder. He's going to hit this one foul. And out number 2 as he goes down on strikes. He's going to bring up top of the order Willie Mays Hayes, who has phenomenal speed. So all he has to do is just get on base, and he cannot as Hugh makes it. Looks like the hamstring is perfectly fine as he makes a leaping catch to stop the Gators from trying to rally. And then here he is in the bottom of the 8th to try to win it. Lobster still pitching. And out number 1 as Hugh's going to take that and look at it like a piece of painting.
Number 27.
Peters is up. Third baseman's going to hit this one to right center field. So it looks like they are going to get their double. So a runner in scoring position here in the bottom of the 8th with only 1 out. So it looks like Mean Machine might have a chance to grab the lead here in the late innings. We'll see what happens with Carter Brunette, the hero of last night's game, with that pinch hit 3-run home run against one of the Lobster brothers who should be out of this inning, but instead manager's keeping him in, and it might be a costly decision. Full count now for Brunette. And he's going to ground this over to second base, but Lobster's going to get over there and throw him out for the second out. And that's going to bring up the catcher, Carmen Karp, which is now at DH today. And she's going to hit this one to third base. DP's going to grab it and throw her out for the third out. So they did have the double, but nothing's going to stop them from, or nothing's going to help them out there. So it's going to be 2-2 going to the top of the 9th. So some late innings, late game heroics for either team here, as Fleming's going to start this off with a line drive to center. It's going to get past the center fielder all the way to the wall, and it's going to be a leadoff double for Fleming and the Gators. Great opportunity for the number 3 batter, Brick Tamlin. And that's going to be it for Nola Jenkins. They're going to bring in Selena Reed, one of the newly acquired pitchers for Mean Machine. It's going to be their closer, and she's going to stop everything she can as Brick Tamlin's going to hit this one deep to left center field, but it's going to be just shy of the track as it's hit a mile high, and Fleming's actually going to tag. Fleming's going from second to third with only 1 out, so that's big on her part, and that's going to do for Pedro Serrano is infield is in. All he needs to do is hit the ball out of the infield, and that run should score. So big at bat here. Pressure is on for both Serrano and Reed. And the ball's in the dirt, 2-2. And 2-2 count, and he strikes him out. So, looks like she might get out of this, but DP says, hold on, it is my turn. She's trying to get the game-winning RBI across the plate. And will she do it? Yes, she will. She'll get the base hit. And that will be the run that might be the deciding factor for this game, as the Gators are now up 3-2 thanks to an RBI single by DP Turner. So Caldwell's up. He's going to ground it over to third. Peters is going to get it and throw it over for the third out. So down to 3 outs. Is Mean Machine going to come back and tie this game or possibly win it with more late game heroics? Or will the Gators finally steal a game as they're leaving in Lobster, the reliever, instead of bringing in the closer, Ricky Vaughn, aka the Wild Thing? Not sure what the manager is doing here, but it looks like Lobster is gonna get the first batter to fly out to Hayes, so it may have paid off as it was a lefty-lefty matchup, which brings the top of the lineup, Noel Ahmed, and Lobster still in. So 2-0 count, 3-0 count. Does Ahmed have a green light? Regardless if he does, it's going to be ball 4, not even close, and that's going to bring up Gad Lawrence, who's juiced, and like I said, PEDs. So now it's Lobster for Lobster instead of bringing in the closer. Not sure what the manager is doing here for the Gators. So from the left claw to the right claw, the Lobster Brothers are trying to win it for the Gators, as Lawrence is juicing, and he might just end it for them and make the Lobsters a steaming pile of poo. 1-2 count. Another foul ball. And strikes him out. So he comes in. Jacoby, the younger brother of Graham, comes in and strikes him out. So they're down to their last out as Messias is looking to keep the game alive. But 3 balls in a row from the new pitcher, Jacoby. And then she hits this one high. It is deep. It is all the way to the wall. Is this number 2? It is. Oh my goodness. 2 games in a row with Mean Machine and the Gators. It is a fault of the manager by putting in another reliever instead of the closer. And 2 games in a row, they walk it off with the Mean Machine. That is absolutely ridiculous. 2 games in a row, Mean Machine does the same thing. As your final score is going to be 4-3. Mean Machine win this one. And I'm going to have to put all the blame on the manager there for not changing out the pitchers when you have a phenomenal closer and they leave in one of the worst relievers they have. I'm not sure what's going on there, as your MVP is going to be Messias. I'm not sure how you say it, but either way, comes in clutch. 3 RBIs, scored 3 of the 4 RBI, responsible for actually all 4 runs with the home run and 3 RBIs. Oh no, it'd just be 3. I apologize. So responsible for 3 of the 4 runs with the 2-run home run there, and another run all batted in. Very disappointing for the Gators, as not sure what happened there. But either way, Mean Machine's going to take this one. So up next, we do have the Mud Hens versus the Pecan Sandies. So stand by, give me a moment, and we'll get this one going as well.
Now batting, the center fielder, number 2. Ball low.
Alrighty, and we're back with the Mud Hens, and oh, there we go, 1-0 already by flying to bases. Wow, that was quick. First at bat, 371-foot home run is flying to bases, first home run of the season, second RBI, as they get things starting quick against the Pecan Sandies. Didn't even have time to get a drink, my goodness. So fans are still just piling in, as it's already 1-0. And Casey at the bat's going to fly this one high to left field. And that's going to be out.
Now batting, the second baseman, number 87.
So Jimmy Blake is up to bat. Batting 3 today, the second baseman.
Low. That's inside.
And it's a 3-0 count.
Take your base.
And 4 straight for the pitcher here, Walsh,
The designated hitter.
as Baylor McCarty comes in. Emerson Walsh is your starting pitcher today for the Pecan Sandies, as Dennis Reynolds makes a diving play over there at third, but it is foul. And this time he's going to go for, nope, it's going to be foul. So Baylor McCarty, the DH today, it's going to be his first at-bat of the season, as he's playing in for one of the outfielders. And he's going to have a good at-bat here, 2-2. And then flares one to the left, another foul ball. And yet another foul ball. Alright, that's enough, guy.
Nope, high.
Full count.
Ball four.
And he
Take your
walks.
base.
So 2 quick walks after the solo shot.
Third baseman, number
Not
10.
looking good already for the Sandies as Tiger Cortez, the third baseman, is up to bat. 2-1 count. Runners on first and second. He strikes out swinging. So Cortez is down on strikes, and Annabelle Dennis, the first baseman, is up to bat.
Strike. That's down.
2-1 count to Dennis, who's going to hit this one over to Mac over at second for out number 3. So they do get the 1 run on the 1 hit, which is the solo shot for flying the bases.
Play ball. The center fielder,
Quick
number
start to the game for the Hens,
Foul ball.
as Nathan March, the center fielder for the Sandies, is going to lead off against Shiloh Hugh.
Strike 3.
As he goes down swinging.
Third baseman,
So up next is Dennis Reynolds, as he uses his creepy stare power to hit it to center field, and that's just going to be a single for Reynolds.
now batting, the first baseman.
So up next is going to be Charlie Kelly, who was just bashing rats not too long ago down in the dugout.
Outside. Ball low.
Another foul ball, so 2-2 count to Kelly,
Strike 3.
and he goes down on strikes.
Now batting.
So that's out number 2, as the shortstop Lachlan Ortiz. He's got a big stick here. Steps up with a runner on first.
That's outside. Off the plate. Strike. Take your base.
So Ortiz walks, and you have runners on first and second
Batting.
for none other than Ronald McDonald, aka Mac,
46.
who looks like sort of Fat Mac and Fit Mac put together with the Cool Mac glasses.
Strike.
Mac's down 1 and 2. He's gonna foul it off.
Foul ball. That's outside.
Deuce is wild for them. That's going to be a full count. Runners will be going on the pitch. And Mac's going to hit this to short. Casey at the bat's going to grab it and gets him by a step. And that's going to be out number 3. So nothing doing for the Sandies even with the hit, as the Mud Hens will be leading 1-0 going into the top of the second.
69. Inside. Ball low.
Up to bat is Chris Huff, the catcher.
Foul ball.
The 2-2 pitch is going to get him swinging. So Walsh does get a strikeout here after a couple walks in the first inning.
Number 12. Strike. Ball inside.
So Twist Rums, the left fielder,
Strike.
is up to bat.
You're out.
And he is no longer up to bat. Out number 2 on strike 3,
29.
which brings up the right fielder batting ninth, Bert Ramirez, getting his first at-bats of the year.
Ball inside. Strike.
And he's going to hit this one softly to left field, puts enough power into it, even though he got jammed. And that's going to go down for a base hit.
Center field.
So up to bat now is the center fielder flying to bases, who had the solo shot to start the game off.
Strike.
That leadoff home run, doing his best Ricky Henderson impression. So 2-2, 2 outs, runner on first. Foul ball.
Ball inside.
So full count, runner will be moving on the pitch. And foul ball. Another foul ball. And ball 4.
Now batting, the
So Casey at the bat is at the bat. With runners on first and second with 2 outs. Walsh is already at 53 pitches in 2 innings. Not good. As this is her 55th pitch.
That's up. Ball inside.
So 2-2 count.
Strike 3.
And down goes Casey at the bat. And smashes his bat in disgust. Breaks it off the knee like a man. And that'll do it there for the bottom of the inning.
Fielder.
Up to bat is Top Flan, the center fielder playing right today.
Off the plate. Strike.
Top Flan's going to foul this one back.
Strike 3.
And strike out. Out number 1.
Now batting, the left fielder, number 21. Strike.
So left fielder Brew Douglas is up the bat. And he's going to ground this over to Dennis, first baseman. He'll step on first for the second out of the inning.
Designated hitter, number 6. Outside.
So DH. Batting 8th is Mohammed Boyer. And he's going to lift this one to center field for a base hit.
Now batting,
Which now brings up Callie Wise,
14.
the catcher today for the Sandies. As Frank Reynolds is getting the day off.
No, outside. Right. Right 3.
And she goes down swinging, so 3 up. Well, not 3 up, 3 down. There was a hit, but 3 outs there. Has nothing to do for the Sandies.
Now batting, the second baseman, number 87. Out.
Line drive shortstop. 1 out.
Designated hitter, number 2.
Baylor McCarty walked his first at bat. And hits this one to deep right field, right center field. Center fielder March is camped under.
Now batting, the
Out
third
number 2.
baseman, number 10.
Thiago Cortez.
No, that low. Inside.
It's up to bat. Looks at 2 balls. And then hits one to the right side. Charlie Kelly will field it on a dive and throw it over to Walsh for the first out. Again, that's one of those PFP moments that you better get there, especially on a diving play. So good for Walsh to get there.
Number 13.
And up to bat is going to be March, the center fielder,
Strike 3. You're out.
who goes down looking for out number 1.
Third baseman, number 5. That's outside. Strike.
Dennis Reynolds up the bat.
Strike.
Down 1-2.
Ball.
It stays live with a foul ball.
Off the plate.
And then he hits this one up the middle for another base hit for Dennis Reynolds. It's 2 for 2.
Now batting, the
And
first
Charlie Kelly's up the bat.
number 00. Strike.
Looks at strike 1.
That's down.
And he's got a base hit down through the gap of short and third.
Now batting, the
And Lachlan Ortiz is up to bat.
Strike. No. Strike. No. Strike three.
And he's going to go down on strikes for out number 2.
Now batting, the second baseman.
So up to bat is Mac again.
Strike. Off the plate. Outside.
And Mac's going to foul this one off. So a 2-2 count with 2 outs. And he's going to pop this one up to the catcher. Catcher's camped under it and got him. It's for out number 3. And if you'll excuse me, I will be right back. I have to take care of something really quick.
Now batting, the first baseman, number 46. Out. Now batting, the catcher, number 69. Strike. Strike three. Out. Now batting, the left fielder, number 12. Ball inside. That's inside. That's up. Strike. Strike. All four, take your base. Now batting, the right fielder, number 29.
All right, apologies about that. So runner goes, and throw down is going to get him for out number 3. So Mud Hens didn't get anything going there. As Pecan and Sandies are going to send up Top Flam, the number 6 batter.
15. Foul ball. Strike.
Strike number 2,
Ball high.
and ball 2. So 2-2 count.
Strike three.
And he goes down swinging as well. A lot of strikeouts today for both sides.
The left fielder, number
7 strikeouts already for Shiloh Hugh. And it's only 3 in the 3rd. As this ball's driven out to deep right center field. Short hops the fence. And that's going to be an easy stand-up double.
now batting. The designated
So
hitter,
Pecan and Sandies have a chance. Good chance here with 1 out and man on second to
Strike.
tie the game up.
Strike.
So on an 0-2 count, Boyer looking to fight off or do something. Ground ball back to Hugh. He's going to go to 3rd with it. That's an odd play, but they do get the out. So that's probably not something that most people would do, but nice heads-up play as Hugh does get the leadoff runner. And then a line drive over to Rums. That's going to do it for the Sandies in the bottom half. So after 4, their score is still 1-0 Mudheads thanks to the solo shot
Now batting.
by DeBasis.
Number 29. Strike. Nope, high. Foul.
1-2 count here. As this ball is hitting deep, and wow, that ball got out of here really quick. That's going to be a home run for the Mud Hens. Second solo shot. It's going to be B. Ramirez's first home run and his first RBI of the season. So number 9 hitter coming in clutch, coming in with a hit or a homer. Emerson Walsh is going to be done for the day, and in comes in Tiddly Good. Tiddly Good's got an ERA of 1.69. Giggity, and looks to lower it as Flying to Bases is trying to get on for his team. And instead he's going to pop it up to Charlie Kelly over at first. And that's going to be out number 1. Comes in and gets their first batter. So Casey at the bat. Batting second.
No, that's low. That's inside. Foul ball.
And that's going to be a ground ball to
Batting, the second baseman.
Kelly
number
there at first.
87.
out number 2.
That's up. No. Break.
Jimmy Blake up to bat. Oh, as he hits it hard and knocks out the pitcher. Tiddly Good is down on the field. Let's see if he is all right. It looks like he is not. He might have been knocked unconscious on that one. So extreme pain is what he is diagnosed with. But I'm gonna say that he was knocked unconscious and has a concussion. But this ball is going to go ahead and driven deep to left center field, all the way to the wall. They are going to send the runner home, and the relay from Kelly is not in time as the Mud Hens are going to go up 3-0.
Number 10.
So a nice piece of hitting there with 2 outs as Cortez comes up.
Low. Straight. Right.
And another base hit up the middle. Cortez gets it. March, they're going to send the runner home. March's throw is home. It's cut off by Kelly. So now it's 4-0.
First baseman, number 46.
Annabelle Dennis is going to hit it straight to Flan out in right field. So that's going to be out number 3. But not before the Mud Hens score 3 on a few base hits and a solo shot.
The center fielder, number 13.
So the Sandies are going to send out their top of the order. Nathan March, the center fielder, is going to lead things off. And what a play by Blake, but not in time as March has the speed to beat it out. So good effort, but
Number 5.
base hit.
Ball inside.
So now it is
That's down.
Dennis Reynolds.
Break. Ball high.
On a 3-1 count.
Foul ball. Through. Now batting, the first baseman, number 00.
Kelly's up the bat. Gonna fly this one to left field. And is he gonna catch that?
Now batting, the shortstop, number 4.
So Ortiz is up to bat now. 2 outs. Runner on first.
Break. Nope, high. That's down. Hey. Foul ball. Yep. Now batting, the catcher, number 69. Ball inside.
Apologies for that. So Chris Huff is up to bat. There's a catcher who's going to line this one to left field, and shoestring catch by Douglas out there is going to be out number 1.
Number 12.
So Twist Rums is up, the left fielder.
That's outside. Oh. No.
2-1 count,
Straight.
and that's going to be strike number 2. And then he hits it to short. Ortiz is going to throw it over, and that's going to be out number 2.
Now batting, the right fielder, number 29.
And now it's Bert Ramirez, who had the solo home run earlier in the game,
Low.
who was 2 for 2 with a home run and a single.
Straight. Ball low.
He's very Very young for some of you ladies.
That's down. Take your base.
And she walked him.
Now batting the
So
center
we're
fielder.
gonna have a runner
Number
on
2.
with 2 outs at the top of the order.
Low. Break.
2-1 count. We're flying the bases. It's gonna be a 3-1 now. As he hits another one deep to right field. This time it had the distance. It does. And that's going to be his second home run of the game. Second solo shot as well. And that's going to be 431 feet line drive. That ball was, I mean, whacked.
Now batting.
And it
the
whistled out of
shortstop.
here. You can hear it from anywhere in the
23.
stadium. So Casey at the bat is up 2 bad. And he's just going to hit a little flare out to second. Not a big deal, as they do score 2 more runs, make it 6-0.
Now batting the
Zach.
second baseman.
Excuse me.
Number 26.
Mac is up to bat.
No.
2-1 count, a little dribbler. No one's covering first, so Mac is going to get there easily. Mac with a infield single. Tried to do that last time, but instead burnt his hand. As we get a new pitcher here, Woodley Sanford. And this one's going to be just out of play. So 2 outs. Oh, sorry, 2 strikes. Runner goes. And safe. And now a comebacker. Mishandled by the pitcher, but that's all right because he acquires the ball and throws him out.
Number 21. That's inside. Ball inside. That's low.
So Brew Douglas is up. 3-0 count.
Break. Ball 4. Take your base.
And he walks.
Now back. The designated hitter. Number
So runners on the corners for Muhammad Boyer, the DH today.
Break. Break. Foul.
He's going to ground it over to first. Step on 1 for 1 and then throw it to 2,
The catcher.
but not in time.
Number
So
14.
they will hold the runner at third, and the runner will advance to second. So even with 2 outs, there are runners on second and third, so a base hit will score 2. As Carly Wise is up, backup catcher.
Break. Take your base. Now back. The center fielder. Number 13.
So March is up to bat after the walk.
No, outside.
And that'll be out number 3 of the flyout to Ramirez. So nothing going on. Once again, 6-0. Going into the top of the 7th for the Mud
second
Hens.
baseman. Number 87.
And Jimmy Blake's going to hit this one to left field. It's going to be base hit.
Now batting, the designated hitter. Number 2. Break. Ball inside. Ball inside. That's outside. Out. Now batting, the third baseman, number 10. Now pitching, number 65. Low. Foul. Strike. Foul. Strike three, you're up. Now batting, the first baseman, number 46. That's low. Ball low. Ball four, take your base. Now batting, the catcher, number 69. Foul ball. Right. Inside. Foul ball. Strike three. Now batting, the third baseman, number 5. Strike. Low. Right. Up. Now batting, the first baseman, number 00. That's inside. Strike. Strike. That's inside. Ball four, take your base. Now batting, the shortstop, number 4. That's inside. Up. Now batting, the second baseman, number 26. Strike! Strike! That's up. Hey. Pitching, number 47. That's low. Now back, the left fielder, number 21. Ball low. Out. Now back, the left fielder, number 12. Batting, the right fielder, number 29. That's outside. Strike. Out. Now batting, the center fielder, number 2. Now batting, the designated hitter, number 6. Follow. Straight. Elbow. Right. Up. Now back, the catcher, number 14. Right. Right. You're out. Now batting, the center fielder, number 13.
I do apologize for that. I had to take care of something. So it looks like the Mudville Mudhens did grab 3 runs while I was away. So bottom of the 8th, it's 6-3. And another pitcher hit by a comebacker, and that's painful, as that's got to be off of the left thigh or something, and that's going to be it for Dexon Real, who did get hit and is going to be out. It's going to be a body contusion, so he was hit somewhere in the stomach or chest, and he's going to be taken out of the game here. So the Sandies are brewing with something on first and 2 outs. They're going to try to get something going on, as that didn't do anything. Dennis Reynolds is in with a 1-1 count.
No, that's low.
Long pause. Emmanuel Moran's trying to get out of this unscathed. And Dennis Reynolds is going to hit this high and deep. Is it fair or foul? It is foul, but only by inches. Only by inches, as that was close enough to make it a 6-5 game, but instead he's going to be walked. And brings up Charlie Kelly, who with one swing of the bat can definitely tie this thing.
That's down.
And he does not tie it, but he gets a base hit, and now it is bases loaded for the shortstop, Lachlan Ortiz, who has great power. So watch this, as they might be able to come back completely and take the lead here with one swing of the bat. And careful of leaving it up, because that's where he does like it. And that's going to do it here for the bottom half of the 8th. So you always want to get up or at least a couple of runs before you go to the bottom of the 9th. It's going to be 6-3 Mudhens against the Sandies. Casey at the bat is up to bat. Possibly trying to get insurance runs here.
Ball forward, take your base.
And Walker. So he lost him here
Number 87.
with no outs. Runner on first. And this ball is absolutely demolished. Oh boy. Jimmy Blake with a screaming liner in the opposite field. That ball barely went over 10 feet. And that's going to be his first home run of the year. So 2 more runs for the Mudhens, as Pecan Sandies were looking to get a couple runs last inning, but instead the Mudhens are going to take them for themselves. And that's going to be a base hit. And it's going to be stretched into 2 for the Mudhens.
Now batting, the third baseman, number 10. Now pitching, number 44.
New pitcher coming in. It's be Urkel Bonventure.
Right. outside. Now batting the first baseman, number
So Mud Hens are
26.
still kicking around, brewing here. Runners on the corners.
Strike.
No outs.
Foul ball.
As Annabelle Dennis comes up.
Strike three.
And she goes down swinging.
Now batting the catcher, number 69.
So 1 out. And runners still at the corners for Chris Huff,
Strike.
the catcher.
Inside. Strike.
Who looks at strike 2 on the inside part. So it's a 1-2 count. Grab ball to second. This could be 2, out number 1, and out number 2, double play. So they get out of the inning. Not before they get 2 runs. So it's now 8-3 Mud Hens. And Pecan Sandies are down to their final 3 outs.
26.
Base it up the middle for Mac. We get something starting at least with top flam.
Number 15.
But he gets a base hit after the dive from the third baseman there.
Now batting the left fielder, number 21.
So Brew Douglas has a chance here, and he does exactly that. He does get 1 runner in with a single here, so they do get a run and shorten the lead by 1. It's now 8-4 as Moran is out and Quasha Fry is in, closer, to close things out.
Up the plate.
So Boyer's up to bat. Got a lot of power, but instead is going to be hitting it to short as the infield fly is called with runners on first and second, less than 2 outs. It's a good job by the umpires noticing the rules.
14.
And now it's Callie Wise, the backup catcher today.
Right.
And that's going to be strike number 2.
Ball inside.
So 2-2. Full count, 1 out. And a diving stop by Blake, and they turn 2 on this, and they will, and that's going to end the game off of that right there. So that's going to do it here for the Mud Hens versus the Sandies. Your final score is 8-4. As the Mud Hens will go ahead and take this one. The MVP is going to be flying to bases with 2 home runs, 3 RBIs, and 2 runs. So that will be it there. There is one more game on the docket right now, but it's Mudville Hens versus the Defenders. But I am a little preoccupied with something here going on at the house, so I am going to have to call it here a little bit early, 1 game shy. But this game will be played on Friday at 8 o'clock sharp, and we will get the rest of the games in. And we might have a stream on Saturday morning as well. Or not morning, sorry, Saturday day. And we'll try to get something going there. But I will post everything here in the Discord between tonight and tomorrow night. And we'll get something there. We'll have some more stats and whatnot going. So I appreciate everybody who came out. Anybody who watched to the end. We had quite a few good games today, and hopefully we'll just keep this going over the weekend. And yeah, very, very fun day. So with that being said, I will see you all on Friday, 8 o'clock sharp. Thank you for joining, and I'll see you next time.